Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to another Thursday night live stream with oxygen not included. We're back here again with the Dorky Supernova, cycle 238 with this colony, probably the oldest colony we've run in quite some time. Ever since I stepped up to doing 2 streams a week, we've managed to get a little bit deeper into building out our colony and lasting a little bit longer. If we take away the overlay, you can see just how much space we've actually uncovered on this map. Now we can't see where the edges are when we zoom out, because it's still all in shadow. But you can see we've explored way up here and way down here into the ice biome and all the way down here to the oil zone, which we're going to focus on tonight. Now, it's been a really long time since I played around with oil in the game. Pretty much, I think the last time I did was like maybe like right after it came out, sort of thing. I sort of played around with the oil a little bit, made some plastics and stuff, but then my colony never really lasted that long because it was always starting over as new content came out. So we've got a little bit of work to do here to try to get used to using the oil and stuff again. So Simon was kind enough to remind me that the polymer press does not use crude oil. It uses refined stuff. So we have to refine the oil first before we can feed it into the polymer press. So all this stuff that I have set up to build down here, garbage. Pretty much need a whole bunch more. So what I'm thinking is that we can pump the oil up maybe a little bit higher. Actually, that's not even that much. Not that far away, I suppose. Maybe we can keep it in this general vicinity. We want to keep the heat kind of down, so we might as well keep the heat sort of centrally located, I guess. It's like 37 degrees in here. I'm going to tell the duplicates to hollow out this space. And we'll work in here and see what we can do to try to get control of some oil, make some plastics. I would like to trap some slicksters that we have down here. I'll bring these topside so that we can use them as our little pets, and they can produce some other oil for us, and have all kinds of fun with the plastics and things. There's also diamond down here too, which is, as far as I know, largely really only good for heat conduction kind of scenarios. Like if you want to use this as your thermal shift plates and things, it works really, really well. So we might dig up some of that too, depending on what we get down to. There is a really nice layer of oil down here, so if we can get this Slickster out of here, and it's actually like even contained in a nice shape and everything, we can dig our way through. The pressure that's in here should push some of the oil up. We can kind of work with it. And anyway, we'll see what we can capture, but welcome everyone who's here in the stream and those of you who are hanging out in the chat ahead of time. As always, it's always a pleasure to have a bunch of you here when we get started. I'm not exactly sure how much progress we're going to make today. We have a few things we have to tackle, so obviously we want to get to the oil down there. I also still promised somebody a hot tub in their fancy little hotel suite here at the Ritz-Carlton Duple Hotel. So this is probably going to be our first priority to try to get this done. I think, fortunately, we're already pumping some water over here for the plumbing system, so I might be able to tap into that to put some of the water into the little pool area they're going to have. Not that they're really going to swim in it or anything, but, you know, we can kind of make it look sort of hot tub-ish, I guess. We'll see how it goes. We do have some germs we have to take care of stuff in here, too, once we dig this up. So a little bit of work to do to get that done. Obviously, the normal things around feeding our duplicates, which shouldn't be a problem since we have 232,000 kilocalories of food. Temperatures have improved in the lower portion of our colony here. So if you can see, we did start to get the temperatures down. So plants are growing a little bit better now. Still not perfect. It's right at the high end of what's acceptable for some of these plants. But it is improving anyway. Oxygen, if you're curious, similarly in good shape. We have some pockets of CO2 we'll need to take care of, particularly in the bathroom. And it occurs to me I didn't put any kind of airflow tiles under here in order to let their gaseous emanations out. So we should probably do that. Take care of that first. Germy hot tub water. Oh yeah, it will be germy. I forgot. That's in an endless loop. It is going to be germy. What are we going to do about that? I mean, I don't really want to run a completely separate pipe. You know what? We'll just use a bottle emptier. We'll put a bottle emptier in there. They'll take it from here. They'll dump it up there. It'll be fine. Then we won't even have to pipe it. A suit for breach of contract or non-performance if it's not done within the next 1 minute. Ha! Sorry, Spiffy. It doesn't work that way. Howdy, Fox and everyone else. Yay, Odie Night. Are you sure, CrypticFox? One dupe deer, and that was murder. No one was getting their head stuck in a rock. I don't know what you're talking about. No, there was no dupe death involved whatsoever. You can't prove it. There's no body here. Just ignore the tasteful memorial that has Joe inside it now. They did finally pick Joe up. It took them apparently a long time. I think they might have grabbed it when I actually took this off pause. Which makes me think there maybe was a little bug that was stopping it from getting picked up. But nevertheless, Joe's handled now. He's in his fancy memorial. I don't know how there's germs out here in light of the fact that this is supposed to be a hot environment. It's not hot enough. Put a door leading to the steam geyser and let Spiffy be the one who can go through. Instant hot spring, hot tub. Oh, yeah. You could send him like to the natural hot springs. This water up here is only at 40 degrees, so it's not even like it's crazy hot. The trouble is it's not really located where his fancy living quarters are. So, I don't know if that's going to work. We have this pocket of stuff here. You know, maybe what I should do is, let's dig this up. On the way through here, I really should have them throw some more insulation in here. We'll try to block this tunnel up a bit. Up here, where they're actually going to be building the hot tub, we're going to need some insulation here, too. We might get a little bit of water leakage here, which isn't going to be great. It's going to kind of spill down the lower area. We do have a bit of a germ issue right now. So the germs that are over in this base that we might have released by virtue of letting some slimy stuff in here somehow. There's some polluted oxygen in here, and it's kind of propagating a bit. It's spreading into the lower part of our colony. This is all CO2 down here, so not really that bad, but should be taken care of at some point, I think, today. So no duperella. That's funny. Oil, that is black gold, Texas tea. The Beverly Hillbillies. Did you just say 40-degree water isn't that hot? Yes, I did say that. It's 40 degrees Celsius. Which is, you know, it's hot, but water doesn't boil until it gets to 100. I mean, it's... Alright. What do we got going on here? Actually, that's cold. 39 degrees Celsius is, when it comes to water, is pretty cold. I mean, normally, like, you get into a hot tub, for example. Oh, no, that's actually pushing 100 Fahrenheit. So, no, I guess it is pretty close. It's warm. It's definitely on the hot side. He suffocated. Yeah, we put Joe versus... We did the whole Joe versus the volcano thing last time. I was really hoping we get some of that 2,200 degree temperatures the volcano was promising. And we'd have this dramatic end for Joe. Oh, that's interesting. But instead... He just sort of hung out there and suffocated. It was really actually kind of tragic. Instead of being dramatic, it was really much, much more tragic than that. Kind of a shame, really. What's the weather like in Canada right now? Oh, it's beautiful. We're starting to get some actual summer-type weather for us here. So today, I think the temperature was around 31 degrees Celsius. Which, let me just do a quick conversion. For those of you in the U.S., so 31 degrees Celsius is about 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's we're kind of getting the sort of like beautiful summer weather now. It's sort of more. It's the end of spring here, pretty much. But we're getting a bit of summer, which is kind of nice. So the kids were out riding their bikes and stuff, and everything's been good. It's nice to get some nice warm weather. We had a little bit of cold weather not long ago, a couple weeks ago. So now it's getting a little bit nicer. What kind of house did Ketchum Mustard live in? Condominiums. Oh, bump. That's 101 Fahrenheit or so, so that would be medium. Yeah, so it's like a hot tub. It's not really, it's not crazy hot. It's hot. But it's not enough to scald you or anything. Duperella. Not the Duperella. We have this turned off right now, actually. All the beds are full at the moment. We have 15 dupes in the colony at present. I never did get the garden going up here for the pitch of pepper plants either. I'd still like to do that at some point, but I need a good pocket of polluted water in order to be able to feed it. Which doesn't readily present itself, unfortunately. Our fish have been growing. We got a little tropical fish in here. He's all looking very nice. What is in here? Oh, look at that. We have pacu eggs in here. Just drop that in the water. Oh, right. I should probably not turn the storage back on that, so they won't put it back in there. My bad. We've come a long way in this game. Oh, yeah. It's been, I mean, I played it a lot, so I'm still not perfect at it. I still do all kinds of silly mistakes and things, particularly when I'm streaming. I get busy talking and reading the chat and not entirely paying attention to what I'm up to, but But yeah, I think of it more than any game I put more time into this than pretty much anything else, other than possibly World of Warcraft, because I played that for years too. Yeah, 10 ticks in your... Oh, no, 10 ticks. That's awful. Yay, summer. Fortunately, like, we have a cat. It's an indoor cat, so we don't have to worry about things like ticks and stuff, but, man, that's nasty. Unrefrigerated food. What? What do we got going on? That's refrigerated. This is all refrigerated. There must be... Ooh, okay. Is this still on? Let's disable this building. Unfortunately, we got a little pocket of oxygen down here where our food was. And we don't want that. We want this to stay in CO2 if we can. Make sure it all stays nice and fresh in there. Hoarder Alliance. I started off as Horde. I had an Undead Warlock. Played that for a while, and then I ended up playing with my brother online. And he lived in Edmonton, and I was in Ontario. So we decided to play online together and stuff as an opportunity to kind of hang out. And he wanted to go Alliance, and he joked that we should do Raceland and Caraman Majir from the Dragonlance novels. So I tried to create a character named Raceland, and it was available. And then he tried to create one named Caraman, and it wasn't. And it turns out that Caraman was an orc on the Alliance side, so or on the Horde side rather. So that wasn't available. So I played a character named Raceland for the longest time. He was a mage. Keep making soggy spots here because of the ice we're bringing in. That ice, by the way, has done a nice job of starting to cool down the water we have over here. So we're sitting around 29 degrees wherever we're close to the storage container, 28, 29 degrees. Over to the right here, it's still hot at like 35 degrees, even though we haven't been adding to it. It's not really displacing the temperature all that well. Theoretically, if we had put in some thermal shift plates behind here, it would even out the temperature much better, but I'm not super worried about it. The temperature is starting to come down, and you can see there's even some bristle blossoms that are starting to grow in here now. We live is too cold for ticks and fleas, even in summer. Oh my goodness, where do you live? At least you don't have to start a new game every stream. Well, there's that, Doc. Yeah. I mean, it's not too often that I crashed and burned the colony now anymore, unless I just do something wacky. Now, it's for the most part, if I'm starting a new stream, it's, oh, you know what, I'm gonna leave that alone. There's no point letting the heat out of there. There we go. Now, if we start a new stream, or a new colony for the stream, it's largely because something new has come out in the game, and I want to check it out. Hey, Angelo. Welcome. Reminder, lower the max kilograms for your icebox in the water. Oh, yeah, it's a 220,000. I don't want that. What have we got in here now? I don't even remember. 6.8 tons. All right. How many kilograms are in a ton? I guess 1,000. So let's set this at like 7,000. There we go. Man, this water level is really starting to go down, though. We had pumped a lot of water out of here. Where else was I sending this water? I don't remember. Oh, yes. We're sending the water to our 2 different electrolyzers, plus we're feeding a farm here off of it. So we're going through a fair amount of water, which means we're going to need to have another supply of it soon. I think water might actually be one of those limiting factors for us that might create a problem in time. You know, there's still lots in the cold biome. We could be like melting ice and snow and stuff. But that does take a fair amount of effort. Man, they are digging here so slowly. Dig faster, my minions. I want to get this all taken care of so we can move on and do other things. Down at the bottom here, how are we doing? Oh, they didn't even start to fill this stuff in yet. They dug this out, but they didn't build this yet. I guess we must have better priority for digging than we do anything else. Alright, we'll get rid of these 2, and that will get... Oh, you know what? We're going to need a bottom here, or they're not going to be able to walk. Don't want to trap anybody there. That would be bad. I mean, they'd have an exosuit, so they would live a while. We'd have plenty of time to save them, but... Still take a long time to melt, so just dropping it to 200 kilograms. Empty the box. Yeah, I mean, we could do that, I guess. Let's do that. The thing is, like, yeah, let's, if we go like so, just dump it right in the water. I'm not sure how long it'll actually take to melt that. I've never actually watched. We shall see. Anyway, it'll save them some trips from running down to the cold biome, so that's not a bad idea. How do the noobs clean the bathrooms? They use common cleaner. But the lame jokes have started already, and the stream's only just begun. I'm so proud of you all. Save for your uncle? I'm confused. Keep getting that unrefrigerated food notification, and I don't know if it's because of like the oxygen down here near this container, or if it's just notifying me of like some other food somewhere that's not at the right temperature that's sitting on the ground. Maybe I could just check it. Oh, meal ice. So we have meal ice that's not refrigerated, and it took me over here, but I don't see any. Raging Canadian. I wonder if he's got the meal ice hidden underneath his mattress or something. He's like, I'm gonna keep this as a snack for later. When you guys run out of food, I'll have these moldy meal ice. Mmm, delicious. There should be flowers in Joe's room. Where is Joe's room? That's a good idea. We should probably clean the floor up down here too. I mean, I feel like that would be a good idea. Let's sweep this off. We'll go into furniture. We'll grab some flower pots. Put a couple bristle blossoms in there for poor Joe. Any word I might be giving in the next update? No, I haven't really heard, to be honest with you. Yeah, the damage to the overheated building is actually a building that's down here is a ruin, so it's not even something that's ours. It's just a ruin. Still gives us the notification for some reason. The clay stream tonight wasn't about Oxygen Not Included the way I thought it might be. I thought they might be at that point where they were going to start to release information about the next update coming for Oxygen Not Included. But instead, they were playing Don't Starve Together, and they released a promotional image showing that there's something coming on June the 14th for Don't Starve, or Don't Starve Together. It really wasn't clear because it was just a picture in the Don't Starve art style with June 14th on it. Now, it could be Hamlet, or it could be maybe something else. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of hoping it's Hamlet that will be coming out because I'm looking forward to playing that. But we shall see what happens, I guess. You'd never do that. How dare you, sir? I don't know. It said unrefrigerated food, and when I clicked on it, it went to your bed. Just saying. When am I going to change the high-class cost to comfy beds? Well, first we have to get plastics. My goal today is to try to get some oil that we can convert into plastics. We could use that to build some traps to capture some slicksters, and then also maybe make some comfy beds, so that these rooms in here can really be deluxe luxury suites. Hey, CrypticFox, love your videos. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Jose. I appreciate that. Am I going to focus on it well tonight? That's the idea. First, I want to try to build up this hot tub that I promised Spiffy. So we're going to build that out here, attached to his room. The first thing I need to do is hollow the space out, add an insulation. Actually, I don't even know why I'm digging this part up here. I could just put insulation up there. And we'll put like a little tiny hot tub in here. Open this up. I should double check this room, actually. What's max tile size? Maximum tile size is 64. It's only 36. We have plenty of space. All right, we're good. Idle. Oh, yeah, we have lots of idle. High stress. Ooh, man. Snoops, why are you high stressed, man? Sorry, not man. I think Snoops is Claire, right? I have a horrible, horrible memory for names and stuff. So, Snoops, why are you a stressed woman? Person, duplicate, I don't know. They're androgynous. Yeah, it's, I mean, there's only a couple of them are stressed. I think it's because they've been working in the crummy environments. Most of the rest of them are fine, but they'll hit the massage tables. Sleeping in their room is probably one of the lower, like the biggest stress-reducing factors for them, just because the decor in here is so good. So when they sleep in their bedroom, they get all fine and fancy, and things are good. And actually, this bathroom in here, why do I have this ladder still here? I know I like ladders and all, but that's just a useless ladder right there. We could put like another statue or something in place. This could be a briar seed. This could be briar seed too. Just double up on the plant life. You know, luxury suites aren't actually classed as barracks. Remove conflicting buildings. Oh, it's the mess hall that's messing it up. Well, that stinks. Yeah, we don't want to do that. See, the trouble is, actually, we can turn here. What we can do with this one is we can deconstruct this. We'll deconstruct these. They can eat out in the regular mess hall. Ooh, actually, we don't even have room in the regular mess hall. Ruh-roh. So those are bedrooms now. This one here, if we put a door in place, we'll just throw a pneumatic door in here. Set it to open when they build it. That'll make this into a bedroom, and this one here should turn into... Actually, we deconstruct right here. This lower portion here will turn into like a kitchen area, I think. Like so. You're stressed because you're the sole responsibility of building on the hit zone last stream. Aw. Well, I mean, they have exosuits though, so I mean, we have who's here? Dan with a plan, Elf Wolf King. It's not. I don't think it's the same duplicates each time. We ran out of algae again, which means we're not supplying an oxygen flow to our suits anymore. So we're gonna have to get some algae too while we're at it. I think we're at some point here when we get the plastics too. We should get a lure so we can try to bring in some puffs and have a puff farm and use that to produce slime that we can convert into well, either into dirt, the way we're trying to down here. So this is this container here it's chock full of slime, 11.4 tons of it. Trying to get this thing heated up. What are we showing here? We'll actually show the contents. Condensation point, germs, properties. Oh, it's carbon dioxide. Hold on. Storage compactor. There we go. Slime at 44 degrees, so it's got to get a lot hotter. This volcano was like a really big disappointment for me. I really wanted to have like this crazy, crazy heat. And instead, we've got like a couple hundred degrees. It's really nothing terrible. Ooh, although we are close to finishing our little system here to pump it full of hydrogen, which might help a little bit. If we do that, that might save... Oh, actually, no, we've got a lot of piping to do. Never mind. We're a long way off. You were the only allowed to work in there with the corpse. Oh, were you? Oh, I guess it was for a short little time. Can you check your electrolyzer bottom left in the cold biome? I saw liquid on the ground that should be... Oh, you know what? We probably end up accidentally pumping some polluted water into here. Some duplicates the last time round sort of peed in the tank a little bit. And when that happens, it gets to the electrolyzer and it just sort of spits out the polluted water. Does a little damage to it too, which isn't really a big deal. But it does spit out polluted water, and that's kind of a nuisance. So they'll get around to cleaning that up, hopefully. This is getting close to being done. Obviously, I have a priority issue right here. We will need to clean up the air in here before we do anything to open this up, because it's going to be full of polluted oxygen. Wow, it's full of regular oxygen? Little bits of polluted oxygen. Man, most of it's actually regular air. Oh, man, we had so much air in this lower section here. Probably coming from the oxalite that's in the spiral here. It's like a slow-burning oxalite oxygen generator. So we had a bunch of oxygen in here. How's our germ situation? Actually, the germs aren't even that bad. Mostly just where there's a little bit of polluted oxygen. We'll get that cleaned up with the deodorizer. Things will get nice and germ-free in there relatively quickly. Could they not dig that place under the room? Down here? They can. They need to have a special skill set, so the miners can come in here and dig it, but it's just not high on their priority level. I wanted them to expand this a little bit so we can actually turn this into a proper ranch down here. In order to do that, we have to put a grooming station in place. It's a tough job, but somebody had to do it. Yep. I need a holiday. You need, like, compassionate leave or whatever they call that. Hey, Wandering Krieger, long time no see. How's fatherhood treating you? Welcome to the stream. It was a son you had, right? So he would be, what month is it now? He would be like 4 or 5 months now, right? They can only dig 4 high. Oh, that's fine. They'll get to the other part later. I'll do a ladder or something to get there. Not a biggie. They can get these parts, though. It's not really my maximum priority at the moment. Just making the whole wall the luxurious room and they'll have plenty of oxygen. Well, it's, yeah, they'll get plenty of oxygen. That's not what I'm concerned about. It's the germs that are in here that I don't want spreading into the rest of the colony. So my intention is to use the deodorizer to clean the germs in this space, or to clean the air, rather. So once it's clean air, the germs will die off. When the germs are dead, I'll break away the wall so they can get through. Your poor sister lost all her reptiles a few years ago. Neighbor had their house sprayed on the outside for bugs. Oh, no. 15 months. Wow, are you kidding me? Has it really been more than a year? Oh my god, time flies. Wow, that's mind-boggling. 15 months old. Man, I'm like, I swear I'm living in a time warp sometimes. My life has become this interesting routine where I go to work all day and I do my work thing. Actually, a lot of it I do at home now, but so I work all day for work. And then have family life in the evening with the kids and activities and dinner and all that kind of razzmatazz. Get them all hustled away to bed. Get online, do streaming and videos and that kind of stuff. Wake up, or go to bed, wake up, and do the whole thing all over again. So all the time just kind of really blends together. I can't believe that much time has passed. That's crazy. I'm surprised when my own kids are older. Never mind somebody else's. When will the next streamer upload be for Car Mechanic Simulator 2018? Not sure, Jose. I haven't planned it out just yet. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants when it comes to streams. There's only a few things that I do consistently on certain days of the week. They won't be able to reach the tiles in here, so we're gonna need a couple of ladders in here to help out. Actually, we can save building time and climbing time just by doing 4 of them instead. Miners can't dig there to go in the door. No, this door. Oh, wait a minute. Why is this locked? That should be auto. No, open. This one should be open too. That's so weird. Why did the door lock? I don't recall telling it to lock. You're right. They can't. All right. Fine. Everybody can go in. Sorry, Durgan. You lose a little privacy for a bit. But I think your bathroom door is still controlled, so you're fine that way. No one will use your bathroom, Durgan. There's a puff there. Get it now. Nope. I'm not grabbing the puff. We'll get it later. We made that mistake before, and that's how this mess up here happened. We ended up having a puff that I got the egg for. It was a puff prince egg, and we put it in the storage container, the refrigerator, and I thought the refrigerator would keep it from incubating, but lo and behold, it still incubated at a rate of 5% per cycle. So out popped this puff, and it was flying around. It had nothing to eat because it was all clean air in here. We decided in our infinite wisdom to set it loose through this door at the top level and let it fly up. It started to eat some polluted oxygen and poop out its slime, and the next thing we know, we had slime lung germs everywhere. So I'm not going to bother with the puffs until we're actually ready to deal with them. When I set up a farm for them specifically, that's the point where we'll start to gather up the puffs, I think. Where's Hans Polo? She was not in her bed. I wonder if this pneumatic door was set up so that Hans Polo couldn't get through it. Oh, no, there. Hans Polo's fine. I don't know. They're not dead. I swear. I swear they're perfectly fine. Automation wire locks the door. Oh, was there an automation wire there? Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't even realize that I had the wire running through there. I totally forgot. So the door only opens. It closes when they want to go to bed and they can't get in there. And then it opens when they would normally be getting up. So, that's funny. Undo top corner, you'll have polluted water in the hot tub area. Yeah, my only concern is if I... let's see what happened. That spot right there is germy. I'm curious to see whether there'll be any corner seepage of the germs. We'll find out soon enough, I think. Oh, actually, what I could do... I think they'll build through corners. So if I get them to build this first, then they can build this one after, and then the water won't get through. I forgot to make her dinner or something. No, it wasn't that. It was just really, just the automation wire blocking the door off. Forgot to plan for that. Whoops. Wolframite. Let's use iron down here. The only reason I need this is because we do need a grooming station, and that is in the stations. So what'll happen over here is we're going to bring the Slicksters in. We'll dump them here. They'll kind of float back and forth. They'll eat the CO2 that's being produced by the luxury apartments, and they'll produce oil, which will sit at the lower level here. Eventually, we'll put a pump in place here so we can pump the oil out and do stuff with it. But they don't produce it in huge quantities or anything. Say corner seepage again. At least it wasn't any other kind of seepage. Your dupes can't reach building places. Oh, man. No, they should be able to jump up there. You know what it is? It's just these are lower priority. Now they can do it. When they get to the top of this ladder, there's only one tile hop up. That's not really an issue. Over here will be a bigger problem. I need them to do like this first and then jump up. So they can... I think they have to mine this out before they build the piece. Unreachable dig. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. Idle! We always have lots of people idle. Tell me, you know what? They haven't even built this down here yet either. That's really surprising. They're not even started on this stuff. I guess because I have them tasked with doing the stuff up above that's at like 7. But once they get this finished, they can get started on the stuff down to the oil. We can start making some plastics and things. Extreme close-up. Out of algae again. Yeah, we've been out of algae for a little bit. It's not our... we're not relying on it for our main source of oxygen, but we do need it to refill our tanks here, so we're going to have to snag some. There are pockets of it down here that we could get to. We could like, go through the crude oil, for example, and grab some of the stuff that's down here. Out here, we have a little pocket of it here we can get still. This is probably the easier one to get of the two. So we'll tell them to do this. This isn't really a huge rush scenario. Obviously, we want to continue to use the tanks as much as we can. Oh, that's hydrogen there. I don't really want to let that loose. Let the hydrogen out. It'll flow all the way up to the top into this room here. That'd be kind of a nuisance. It's CrypticFox fault again. What'd I do? When I find what he's responsible for, you'll update the statement. Nice. Everything's my fault. It always is. Move that auto wire away from the door. It should be fine. I have the door set to permanent open now, I think. We'll double check it, but I don't think it's dependent on the wire as long as it's set to fixed open. See you, Durgan. Gas pipes are still not done. It's been too long. Yeah, it is taking a while, but it's because I keep retasking them to go somewhere else as a higher priority item. If you look down here at these gas pipes, they're only set at a 5. So maybe we'll do those next. After we finish building here, we'll go down here, we'll take care of these pipes so we can get some hydrogen into the space with the volcano to heat up and try to convert some of this into dirt. And then we'll go down here and take care of the oil scenario. And we'll try to spend most of the rest of the stream focusing on doing stuff with the oil, I think. The door locked with... Oh, did it? I didn't even see that. I have to watch for that this time. I mean, the other alternative, actually, I think we could put a manual airlock in there. That might work. Because I'm just going to leave it open anyway. So if we deconstruct this, throw a manual airlock in, it's not going to be affected by the automation wire. And we'll leave it open. Scripted building a fish tank for the luxury room. Not so much a fish tank because we'd end up with polluted water because they make a mess in the water. I'm building a hot tub for Spiffy's room. Okay, once we get this, let's do a little tile up here. do this at priority 7 also. Once they build this, I'll block this off. We'll let it clean up all the air in here. We'll let the germs die, and then we'll break in from the outside. I don't think there's any slime in here, so it should be fine. Sleepy dupes. Stress is down again, at least. It's back down to 35%. Automation bridge over the door input. I mean, we could do that, but I've already destroyed the door. We're just going to replace it with a manual one. I'll just leave open. Because I have no intention of having it open and close anyway. I'm just going to leave it open. Let all our gases filter down anyway. Because we want the CO2 to settle in this part of the base, right? So it all kind of concentrates down here where our slicksters will get the most benefit from it. Oh, nice. This is done. Let's throw insulated tile right here. How's our germ situation? It looks like it's already cleaned the air in here, so the germs should start to die off. Eventually. As long as there's no slime in here. I don't think there is. Clay ladder. Yeah, there's no slime in there, so that should die off soon. It would probably work better in like higher concentration, but it'll do for now. Who's idle? 4 people are idle. What are their jobs? They took our jobs. Okay, we can move Gopher up, I guess. Or Dan with the plan, rather. We'll move them up to Courier. Where are you? Dan with the plan. There we go. Elfwolf King is still working on his job. Magnus is maxed out on the plumber now, so we can now move Magnus off to something else. Maybe we'll put... where should we put him? We don't really have a whole lot of art stuff going on, so maybe we'll put Magnus over here as an architect. Get him started on learning that skill set. We still have a need of a chef periodically, so we'll leave them. We need the ranchers. Oh, actually, I guess it doesn't really matter if they're in the chef job. They've already got the skill set. I'll leave them there anyway. Lord Marie's done a good job of cooking. She's produced a huge number of kilocalories of food for our colony to eat. Spiffy and Nelly Nee, I'm going to leave them just because I like the hats. Anybody we can move into the mechatronics engineer? Magnus has already maxed that out. Who else? Anybody? Nobody? Bueller? Alright. So be it. I don't really have anything special for them to do right now. More buildings and diggings. Well, I mean, I have stuff set up here, but there's only... I'm actually surprised they're not using the suits. Ooh, there's only one suit that's even got oxygen anymore. Wait a minute. How many suits have I got here? Oh, I got 4. Alright. The one in the... This one ran out of oxygen where the other one still had it. That's kind of weird. At least it's producing oxygen. Well, so why is this one not refilling? Did our gas pipe get broken down here again somehow? Maybe this first one has to fill up before it moves to the next one? That's a little weird. Let's keep an eye on that. We'll see what happens. Oh, we need priority 7 on this tile here. Otherwise, we're not going to finish it. Neelize is dying here again. What now? Fertilizer. We're out of dirt. That's gonna be a big problem. There's a fair amount of our incoming calories that are actually coming from mealwood right now. That takes dirt. Slime for the mushrooms. So I think actually we're cooking the mushrooms right now, aren't we? No, we were making frost buns. We can make fried mushrooms. That'll be good. Set those on continuous. Get another surge in kilocalories going there. Make you do and put you in the position. I'm not bringing anybody else in at the moment. Oh, these are finished. We can plant some plants in here. And let's up the priority on all of these pipes so we can get these finished next. And then we can move on to tackling the oil. I don't want this. This needs to be disabled. Ooh, actually, I've got to be careful about drawing the power off of this. Maybe I don't want this disabled. We'll set it at priority 5. We'll leave it enabled, just in case, because I have a feeling... Well, we're going to draw the hydrogen off of this for a little bit in order to fill up the room with the volcano. And that's definitely going to cause some issues. All of this, all of that. There, we can do all that next. Assuming we have enough exosuits, because this second one is not filling up for some reason. What's going on here? Insufficient resources, algae. Man, we went through that algae quick. There's not even that many places even using the algae in our colony anymore. And still we burn through it fast. Oh, they haven't dug this up yet. Okay, so maybe I should... You know what? Let's make this priority 7 too. Hopefully they'll get to this. Get that algae supply going. We must have got just like a tiny little bit of algae that we put in there, because I did see it pumping oxygen at one point, and it was filling up the suits again, but... Turn off the raw mushrooms as consumables. That's a good idea too. Let's go into our consumables. Turn off the raw mushrooms. That's the fried mushroom. What am I doing? Actually, can they even consume the mushrooms without cooking them? Where are they? Muckroot, bristleberry, mushrooms. There they are. Make sure they're eating only the finest mushrooms. Fried in our deep fryer from some foreign planet. Alright, there we go. I just gotta be careful that we don't get to a place where somebody's not cooking them, and then we have people that are going hungry because we have all that turned off. Gotta remember that's there, that we turned all that off just in case we need it. How do I keep a continuous water supply available? Keep running out mid-game. So it really depends. I mean, I started off initially by pooling the water together. This water down here I then supplemented by finding some polluted water and running it through a sieve so we had more fresh water. We're actually soon going to get to the point where water is going to be a challenge for me also. Unless we can start to maybe melt one of the biomes. It's a shame we can't even use the volcano because it doesn't have that crazy heat factor. But theoretically we could build something down below here. Actually just cut through this and let the heat up into this biome, which would melt it. And then we'd have water we could pump out. Filter it so that in one place we're cleaning the polluted water, and in the other we're just letting the regular water through. See how that goes. Click on the picture the mushroom hits. Oh, yeah. Wow, so it does. You know what's funny? I do that in Excel also. I'm always like, so I work in Excel a lot for my job. Unfortunately, sometimes it makes me cross-eyed. But there's this, look, when you're applying filters and stuff, I'm always that guy who's like clicking, when I'm doing like sorts and stuff, I'm the one like clicking all the boxes to turn it off instead of just doing the deselect all and picking the one I want. I don't know what it is. It's just a horrible bad habit. These poor plants, we planted them and then never did anything to keep them alive. Alright, I'm going to leave this alone for a little bit. We'll take care of the germs there. The pipe here is getting done slowly. They have the one side of it finished. We just need to finish this little extension here. That'll siphon off half of the hydrogen flow. So it'll take a little while for it to fill up the volcano room, unfortunately, but... Funky fried space mushrooms. And you thought it was dangerous just to pick random mushrooms in the woods. How about ones on some, like, foreign alien asteroid buried deep in the rock? In the swamp biomes, no less. For next sacrifice, you should make it very hot there before eruption. I wasn't really planning another sacrifice. It was really, really anticlimactic, actually. I was a little disappointed. I was kind of hoping that would just be something neat. I want to see what this ruin is. We don't have a specific need for it, but I'm going to check it out anyway. Because we can. Assuming we get that dug out there anyway. It's obviously not our first priority. They can't reach the pipes. Can't they? They should be able to. They hop down here. They walk over here. Down here. Ooh, that's too big of a drop. You're right. Okay, let's throw a little ladder in here. This will have to be priority 7 also. A bunch of the sleep wheat like took root right here. Are Hans and Durgan assigned to the mess tables in their kitchen? Yes, they are. No, they're not. What? Snoops. Hans Polo. How did Snoops end up assigned to this one? That's weird. That's better. And this one here can be Snoops. I think we actually have... We might be a little short on the mess tables, though. If I'm not mistaken. If it's a brain machine, you call it the new trait. Nelly, do we have a duplicate in here named after you right now? Oh, we do. You're one of the ranchers. Duh. I would forget my own name if it wasn't written on my underwear. We need a gold volcano to create the heat we need for a sacrifice. Well, I don't know. I mean, this one here, it's a large copper volcano. Where is it? I lost it. When you click on it, it says that it produces copper at 2226 degrees Celsius. It's supposed to be liquid copper. But I mean, this copper came out, and it's only it's 645 degrees, which is still hot. I mean, don't get me wrong. Just not as hot as I thought it would be. The storage compactor is at 159.8 degrees Celsius. But the slime that's in it is only 53 degrees. I think I'm going to need to dump the slime that's in here on the ground. So maybe we're going to go... Let's hit this. We'll turn this off. So we'll keep the door closed. We'll dump this stuff on the ground. Actually, maybe I should sweep this first. Turn off. There we go. We're going to sweep up the seed here, and then we'll dump the slime on the ground right here, because it's obviously hotter outside the storage container. And we'll get it exposed to the heat that we need to try to cook that down, and we'll see what happens. Can Hans Polo have the next Mega Brain upgrade? $2 super chat. Thanks for the super chat, Polani. I appreciate that. Oh, look, it got hot enough in here. It actually broke our pump. Well, forget that. I mean, I guess clearly we won't be mucking around with that. How did it even get hot enough in here? 170 some odd degrees. It finally got to the heat point I needed significantly after we tried to make use of it. That's great. Good times. We don't even have the oh, this poor little guy's trapped. We don't even have the hydrogen in here yet. But it is a little warmer now. Still not the 2200 degrees we were advertised, but hey, Pancake King. Excuse your typing, you're lying in bed typing on your phone. Yeah, I'm terrible at typing on my phone. I fat figure it all the time. Darn touch phones. They're the plague of civilization. Okay, folks, what do we got germ-wise up here now? It's getting better. 2200. Won't take long for that. They have largely finished this. There's only one little section of pipe for them to do. If they would just hurry up and finish that, we could get them down here working on the oil. I might as well lay out the piping we're going to need here. This oil is going to come up hot, so we might as well send it up here. We are going to need to refine this oil. So if we go into refinement, we'll need the oil refinery. This will produce petroleum for us, which we can then use to make the plastics. This petroleum is also going to produce natural gas, which we're going to have to deal with. I haven't mucked around with oil in this game in forever, so this is going to be... I've got to like relearn what I'm doing again. You want your own Gucci hotel room? I knew this was going to happen. Everyone's going to end up with one eventually. Thank you for the super chat, Raging Canadian. I don't know if we'll get to more of those fancy hotel rooms today because I wanted to try to get to the oil, and I don't want this to be a clickbait kind of video. So we'll have to figure that out. I haven't. Okay, let's let me check out this petroleum thing again. So go to refinements, oil refinery. What are the outputs on this? Liquids. Output pipe building intake filter, but that's not helping any. All right, so I guess that the natural gas is just going to come out as a straight gas. The liquid will come out through the pipe, so we can pipe that into a little holding container. We'll put it like, whoops. Put it in its own little container over here. Where's my plumbing? Give this its own little liquid vent. Actually, this here, we should probably make it a tungsten because it's going to get really hot in here. The way this thing runs, it ends up being like crazy hot. I've got it set for iron ore currently, but that's probably not going to cut it. If we can get some wolframite... I mean, at least the last time I remember... Oh, they got this open. The last time I remember, anyway, the oil refinery thing produced like crazy amounts of heat. There's not really a lot of wolframite out here. This kind of sucks. Let's get all this. We'll try and turn it into tungsten, and that will have a higher melting point, so hopefully we won't have the system breaking as much. I can see wolframite over here. It's just not really conveniently located. Gotta dig all this out so they can get all the way up here just to dig a decent pocket of wolframite. Got the famous priority 7 for all this. Hey, Blood Raven, how are you? Things are going well. Evil Laughter. What is this now? One day I'll have money to make a super chat at CrypticFox. That day I won't ask for a super sweet and Hotel Oni, but I'll ask you to sing YMCA. Better start learning this song by heart. No, no. That's just wrong. We can at least pick a different song. It always strikes me a little funny how often people ask for like singing and stuff on the stream. I feel like half the people, it must drive them nuts when people sing on stream. For a chat gallery, say, young man, there's no need to feel down. I say, young man, pick yourself up off the ground. Oh, it's open. There is a brain machine. Neural vacillator. You're in luck, Nelly. You can have the first neural vacillator. All right, so this will be Nelly Nee. Where are you? We'll get her in the seat, see what happens. Say, young man, there's no need to feel down. I said, young man. I don't know that song very well. I've heard it a million times, but it's one of those things you try to block out. A door they can't reach? Which door? Doesn't oil refinery output go straight into plastic generator, or plastic generator output outputs a gas, natural gas? And no, so the oil refinery produces. I mean, we could send it straight to the plastic plant, and then it would only run at the point where we're actually running plastics. That might kind of be okay because it is going to produce a fair amount of heat. The gas that comes out of this just sort of comes out and goes all over the place. So, in all consideration, we probably could just do like. If we do like an insulated tile in here, the trouble is that the plastics machine is super hot also. So if we go something like this, we can get the gas to kind of pool down here because it's heavier than the oxygen is. If we go like this, and then we can put our door up here, because we're gonna want to try to block the heat out here if we can. So this will produce, it'll pump in the oil, it'll run in the oil refinery, which will produce natural gas, which should settle down here. We could put a gas pump down here in order to pump the natural gas out and use it in a natural gas generator or something. And then down here we can have our fancy polymer press, which again, it's super hot. So we'll have to see how this works. The biggest problem with the polymer press is often that it ends up melting the plastic because of the sheer amount of heat it produces. So you end up with like a whole bunch of like liquid naphtha in front of it. Oh man, they got started on this really quick. But they can't get to it, so we gotta dig this up. Party 7's getting things done tonight because there's actually a bunch of duplicants that aren't overly busy right now. What's our temperature in here? What's going on? Temperature's not bad, but we just don't have any dirt. Did they clean up? They cleaned up the seed. What do we got here? Phosphorite. Come on. Just clean up everything that's right. I shouldn't have picked the 1 seed. I should have just done this. Let's do party 8. Sweep this up, please. I want to get this dumped out of the storage compactor so we can get it cooked. We got a little bit of hydrogen coming in now. The poor Draco's making burping noises in the door. Would laugh if there was an infinitely small chance of the small brain machine killing it. Oh, wait. Oh, they're not even down there yet. Neurovacillator. Oh, there they go. All right, Nelly. I don't think there is any chance they can die, but oh, we have some lockers we can check out, too. No! And complete neural process. Sunny disposition trait, so you'll be that much happier. Stress change minus 20% per cycle. That's a pretty good trait. Not that we have to worry too much about stress. Let's check out the lockers while you're... Oh, that was weird. Inspect the lockers while you're here. Casual Friday to all employees. No, that's not... I want you to inspect the locker. Oh, rummage. That's what I wanted. There we go. Rummage both the lockers. We'll see what we get out of there. Maybe they'll find suits, and then we won't have to make them. Which reminds me, we built this thing last time, and then I totally forgot to tell it to make suits. I don't know how much of the reed fiber we have, but we'll find out, I guess. Singing people are happy people. You yourself sing every day. Okay, my jealous neighbors would tell you that I'm actually hosting a black mass in Sumerian. Yeah, I mean, I sing all the time, too, but... It's just one of those things where, like, there's actual YouTubers that specialize in singing. You think those would be the ones you want to hear sing. Now you have no choice but to be happy. Ruh-roh. Why not make a cold air pump with radiant pipes to make a cold room for plastic production? Yeah, we can sort of do that. Actually, all things considered, it probably might make more sense for me to produce the oil or the fuel over here and actually run the system over here. We can actually melt some of this, too, which might not be so bad. I think maybe that's what I'm going to do. Oh, the trouble is we've got all this hydrogen in here. What pressure is this at? 1,000 grams. 1,500. 1,000. I might stay put long enough for me to build my way through here. All right, so let's try to... of course you are. Of course there's a plant in the way. Let's build our way through here. We'll just bridge our way right over. We'll cut into this space. We're going to need some more fancy flooring here. So what we'll do is we'll produce the natural... You know, why am I doing any of this over here? I'm so... I'm not thinking ahead at all. I'm just going to do it all in the cold biome. The cold biome's right there. Who cares how hot it is? It'll keep everything chilly and do a little bit of melting at the same time. My lord. You have to say war, dramatic pause. War never changes. In the smoothest voice you can do. In the smoothest voice? War. War never changes. I have no idea what that's in reference to. If you get your outpost room, build it on the border of a cold, corrupted biome to see if that balances the heat. Also, did anyone else see Nellie's happy dupe face? She's running around all over the place. Super cheery. Did anyone rummage those lockers? Oh, they did. What do we find? Sweaters. Aw, man. They're already running around in exosuits out here. They don't need sweaters. Rotten sweaters. It's fine, I guess. Job mastered. Oh, who mastered that? 3 people did. Oh, we have a master groundskeeper. Congratulations on being a master at sweeping up leaves. General engineer job. I could have just done this the easy way and got on here, but whatever. All right, general engineer. Let's move Elfwolf King up to an electrical engineer. Or we can make him a mechatronics engineer. That's what we'll do. Who else? Groundskeeper. We'll move them up to plumber. So, Andrew, you can go here. Hans Polani can also be a fancy plumber. Congratulations. You can fix the Duplenium Falcon. This does a door on it, so that should be a room. It is. This one is not a room. That's not a room, because this door is not built. Build me my door! That war phrase is the phrase in all the Fallout openings from Fallout 1 to today. Oh, okay. Dibs on Polani's super brain. You're gonna go all zombie and eat her super brain? Get the job screen. Mouse over the crown on the job. Oh, cool. It does show who mastered it. That's cool. So we have a few different people that have mastered a few different things. Look at that. 9 gophers have mastered it. Not too many farmers. Only 1 plumber so far. Nobody's mastered the artist position, but again, we didn't really need it. We just sort of built all the art and let it go. Finally getting some snazzy suits produced. That's good. I think YouTube's trying to scare you. Why is that? Have I never played Fallout? No, so ironically, I haven't. Well, that's not entirely true. I have played it a little bit, but I've never finished it. So I have Fallout 4. I think I had Fallout 3 on the Xbox, but I never really played it. I just didn't have the time. It just takes too much time in terms of like focusing on role-playing games and stuff. I used to like playing role-playing games, but more and more I just started to find that the sheer amount of time consumption required was just not something I could keep up with. I say that as I put like hundreds of hours into Oxygen Not Included. Alright, Priority 7. Let's get this underway. I'm trying to not having any oil here to muck around with. Get all this right away. So they can dig through all this. We're going to have to do a little bit of cleanup in here, obviously, for this to work. And we'll probably want to put some walls and stuff around it, too. So that everything doesn't, like, melt and undermine everything we're doing. 1, you're offended and never finished a Fallout game. 2, random people are appearing as moderators on your screen. Oh, that's funny. Wait. Who's assigned to the mess table next to the decomposing Joe? Dan with a plan, apparently. Probably because we have more duplicates than we have mess tables. Was it Nelly that wanted to have the snack thing in here? Okay, so that's Nelly's table now. Who doesn't have a table up here? Was it just Dan with a plan? Are they the only person? Oh my gosh, there's 3 of them. Alright, Dan. We took your table away downstairs, so we'll give you a new one up here. Oh, this door's finished now. We can just set that to open. Check our room states. There we go. So we have a mess. So, Durgan, you've got a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and a mess hall, all contained, actually, and a stable, all contained within your fancy apartment building. You going all snazzy. Hundreds of hours in Oni and thousands of... No, not even close, Jess. I don't play... listen, I do play it like twice a week, but I don't really get a ton of time to play it elsewise. Otherwise, whatever. English no good. Man, look at all this wolframite here. This is great. Give me all this. Give me all the wolframites. I can't even get this stuff up here. Me! Oh, is it Polani that's supposed to be down there? Hans Polo. Was that... No, you've got a mess table in your own special room. What am I doing here? Hey, Ari. Welcome. Am I going to play Gravekeeper on this channel? What's Gravekeeper? I'm not familiar with that one. Halo rejecting the new Fallout. So who was supposed to have the table down here? I thought it was Nelly. Because Hans Polo's got their own specially assigned table in the living quarters. They're eating with Durgan. I'm so confused. Boy, there are a lot of moderator wrenches showing up here. What's going on with this? That's really weird. Alright, whatever. Just seems to be a bug, though. Just a funny little icon bug. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this with Nelly. Although why Nelly would want to eat down here, I really have no idea. I don't think she can even eat down there because she's got to go with a spacesuit. This one's supposed to be for Hans Polo. Anyway. Is there a chance you can check out the game Spore? Probably not. I'm not super excited in it. It's your dead BFF, Jolo. But alright. But the trouble is there'll be a mess table in here that we can't even use because no one else can go in there and use it, I guess. This needs to be changed again. Oh, no, wait. No, it can't be, because I need a rancher to be able to get in and out of there. Who are our fancy rancher people here? Oh, wait. We can have Nelly. Nelly can have access to go in and out to do the ranching. Hans Polo can go in. Where's Durgan? And Durgan go in. There we go. Okay, they're finally digging up down here, which is good. Fortunately enough, they built the door there early on, so that's... I'll help keep things sort of contained a tiny bit. Not entirely, but at least a little bit. Kaylin Martin, $2 super chat. I've been watching since 3K. Grammar next time. Grammar next name? Thanks. Grammar next... Oh, you mean for like the next duplicate that comes in? I'll see what I can do. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to bring another duplicate in. We're already at 15 at the moment, and we already have idle duplicates, so I'm not really in a big rush to add more, but thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the support. Spiffy, the Supreme Mod. Spiffy, you've got a verified check mark on yours now, too, Spiffy. So yours is showing the wrench for me, and also the verified check mark. So congratulations on having a channel over 100,000. How did Steampunk go? I haven't watched the stream yet. It didn't go swimmingly. It was actually my first time playing the scenario, and yeah, I definitely. Whoops, that was not what I wanted. There we go. I definitely need to run through that again. At least this time, I have a better sense of what I'm getting myself in for. So we got kind of right to the end, and then I didn't have enough supplies stocked up, so we just sort of died. YouTube spoken. This is now your channel. You own it. Aw, Gina, but I like my channel. I want to keep it. Do you have to take my channel? Really? Bum, bum, bum. Come on, people. Come and dig this stuff out. Dig all this stuff out. They can't get most of it. I guess I'll have to throw like a ladder in here. I also need a way to drain out all this yucky polluted water, so we should probably plan to just have a ladder that goes down here. We'll dump it into the lower compartments, and we'll flood the alien base. Or whatever this fancy room is with a shriveled brain in it. And it'll sort itself out. Go by the colors of the names. The colors of the names are still the clearest indicator. So someone who actually has the moderator will have a blue name. Anyone who's a sponsor for the channel, their name will be in green, and all the rest of the names will be in gray. Don't pay attention to the wrenches and stuff. That's actually, there's a decent amount of polluted water there. I might want to make use of that later. Check germs. You have more down there in the oil tunnel. Ooh, I do. Ooh, I do. Oh, yeah, it's stinky down here. Well, that's probably where all the germs up here are coming from, for the most part. They're just kind of making their way up in the nasty oxygen that's coming from this little morb. Let's try to seal this guy in here. Not that it's going to help, because it's all polluted oxygen here. The germs are just going to be what they are. I might need to turn this into a water seal to try to stop the germs from coming through. So we'll build one here. We'll turn this into a water seal. They're going to go through with the suits anyway, so they're not going to be bothered by the water. But the way it is now, with allowing the gases to pass through, it's a CO2 block, so there's no polluted oxygen getting in, but the germs are still clearly getting through. Your channel's a corporation now. Many users have a piece of it, apparently. Respect authority. Been looking for a while. What are your top tips for material usage in pipes? You know what? I'm terrible at paying attention to the particular materials I use. Instead, I kind of just eyeball it when I'm looking at what I want to build with. So wolframite is good for high conductivity. Tungsten has good heat resistance. Look for things that say, when they say they're thermally reactive, it means it's going to allow for an easy transfer of heat. So if you're trying to transfer heat quickly, that's what you want to use. If you're trying to use something that's slow heating, obviously look for something that's slow heating. Or if you're trying to insulate in particular, you want to look at something like abyssalite, which again, slow heating is an insulator all by itself. So it obviously depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to make something that is going to transfer heat readily, you're going to want something that's thermally reactive. Otherwise, you're going to want something that's not. And if you don't really care, then ultimately the material you pick won't matter either. Man, that's a lot of nastiness in there. It's going to take a while. But we're gonna need like an upper floor up here too, because this is all gonna melt on me as soon as we start producing anything resembling heat down here. It's gonna take a bit. Graveyard Keeper is famous for its respect corpse or make hot dogs type ethical choices and dark humor. Oh, I see. For the Steam page, the most inaccurate medieval cemetery management sim of all time. That sounds grim. Wait, if our donations support the channel, then we own a percentage of your channel? Nope, doesn't work quite that way, Spiffy. Sorry, you're not buying shares of my channel. Any more than when you give to United Way or something. You own a portion of United Way. That'd be like saying if you work for a company and they pay you, then they own a piece of you. I guess in some ways they kind of do, but not in a real like physical sense. Use mesh tiles in cold biome. Yeah, I can in certain areas. Up here, oh yeah, it's all granite up here. So my concern with this primarily is that I want to block off the room that's going to be producing natural gas. I don't want to give it a means to get out, so I can't really use mesh tiles for that so much. Over here, whoops, we'll put a mechanized airlock right here. Let's dig this up. I don't want insulated tile because I'm perfectly content to let it all melt. So we're going to build a wall right down here. Excuse me, I'm super congested. Darn allergies. Allergy season sucks. If you don't have allergies, then lucky you. The YouTube icon bug literally gave you a nosebleed. That's how bad your brain was fried. You got a vent too high above your plant room. Dupes can't reach. Where's this now? Above my plant room? Where's the vent you're talking about above my plant room? Gonna need more specificity. I totally don't know what you're talking about. As an American retail worker, I feel I must correct you. Customers always assume that just because they hand me money, I'm their property. Now to yell at an assault. Yeah. Isn't that funny how customer service works? But just because they assume it doesn't make it true. You're so late, YouTube didn't notify you. Yeah, Karma, they've had some issues with notifications in general. If you go to the main channel page for my channel, there's a little bell there you can click on. And there's actually 3 choices now for notifications. You can be notified of everything. And that's the one you want to check if you want to get notifications for all this stuff. You can get occasional notifications or you can get no notifications. So depending on what you have checked will sort of depend on how frequently they're going to notify you. And I think when people originally signed up for that, it was only 2 choices. Notify me or don't. And now they have an occasional one in there. So they altered it without telling people they needed to change it. So good times. Yay for progress and all that. Courier. Let's move Sovereign Prax up here. We got some more people that can run around with the fancy suit on without having a negative movement impact. Durgan has maxed this out, so we can take Durgan off of this. Let's see. Durgan hasn't done a mining job, so let's get Durgan into mining. Like super skilled duplicant over here. Where's Durgan? IR blind. There we go. Perfect. Emojis! Yeah. Did you not find those hydrogen-consuming deep freeze machines? No, I didn't actually. The thermal nullifier or whatever, I haven't found one yet. This whole cold biome does not have one in it. Although it has a bunch more lockers. Oh, look at all the Slicksters down here. We gotta get the Slicksters. We're already, oh my gosh, it's already 11:15. We need to get some serious movement going in here. And Andrew. All right, Andrew. Dig your way down to climb your way up. Dig that too. No, come on. Just cancel the ladder. Dig it now. Now you're gonna sleep. At least he has oxygen. You don't want coal long help. He's a little stuck, but it's okay. We'll get him out of there. The exosuits help keep them alive, but obviously not ideal. Look at all the water we're getting down here. We're going to melt this whole cold biome. Just you wait. How's the natural gas generators? They're pretty good, but I don't have any running right now. Splash. Oh, come on, Andrew. You're making life difficult here. There you go. Now you can go swimming in some yummy polluted water. Doesn't that feel fabulous? Why isn't he climbing his way out? Oh, you know what? Now that I've altered this here, they actually can't get across there, so we're going to need that. This is going to need to be a priority 8 because we got a couple people trapped here. They're hungry. They slept in the cold biome. They're tired of peeing in their suit. Unreachable bed food. Yeah, it's these two out here. The stuff here, like either, well, I don't remember if I dug it or I melted it. Probably dug it up. Oh, here's the thing. Do we have functioning suits for people to use? Yes, we do. Okay, good. Get down there. Build that ladder thingy. Where are you going? Come back. Seriously? You're building over there? I put top priority 9 on this ladder. Somebody go do it. There we go. And away they go. Come on. It's right there. Now we're good. All right, they can get out now. Andrew took off his helmet to breathe the polluted air because it was too toxic inside his suit. Please just use the where can the dupe go function once. Just click on them and select navigation. If you want to be all efficient and stuff, show navigation. They can go all over the place. It takes away the suspense. His suit boots are full of pee up to his knees. Well, you better hope it's only pee in there. I'm telling you. It could be bad news. Am I going to put some fertilizer makers in with the generators? I might. It might make sense to try to concentrate some more. What have we got here? Did I make a mistake? I thought I had dumped a pile of slime in front of this thing, but now that I think of it, I have a feeling they hauled it all away because I forgot to lock the door so they couldn't take it on me, because I'm super smart. Yeah, anyway, so in regards to the algae machines or whatever, we probably will put some in there. It might not be a bad idea to try and consolidate some gas generation. At some point, we're going to run out of coal, so it's not a bad idea to have a mechanism in there that's going to produce something more. But at the present moment, I don't have a farm set up for our puffs either, so we don't have that consistent flow of slime, and I haven't been focused on gathering it. Not that there's any lack of it right now. We can just go out here and just dig it like crazy. But for right now, I haven't done it. I love the way that the stuff like bounces. Is it frozen? Is it not frozen? I can't decide. You could save also some dupes in the last 1 or 2 years if you would use this more often. Potentially. Why is the snow biome so polluted? It just is. A lot of the snow, the ice and snow and stuff in there is just polluted stuff. So when it melts, it just spreads out and pollutes everything. Algae. Yeah, I've been out of algae for a bit. The only thing it's feeding is this right now. And I think we were feeding our fish out of algae too, but this thing's pretty full right now. And, oh, we're down to only a single fish. This little tropical dude. How old is he? Does it show his age? Some of the other stuff, it'll actually show how old they are. Not this one, I guess. Maybe he lives like an infinite lifetime. It's 11:20 and your hot tub's not done. Oh, yeah. But the hot tub's easy to finish now. We were just waiting for the germs to die. We still got germs in here. 808 of them. I'm surprised it's taking that long, to be honest with you. We'll let them out. Who cares? It's only a tiny amount of germs. Buildings. Hello? Bueller. There we go. Alright, we'll dig all this out. We'll deconstruct this stuff too, I guess. Because we don't need the ladders in here. I started to build that water seal down here, and then I forgot about it, so I should probably pay attention to that too. I'm going to set this up for fresh water. And we also want to set this to auto-bottling. We got some stifled farms, just a few. Yeah, a whole bunch. Our kilocalories have really dropped. We were at like 400,000. We're now at 166,000. These are all stifled because they don't have dirt as a fertilizer. These are starting to grow again because the temperature's finally getting back into the proper range, which is good. These similarly have no dirt. These are growing okay still because they have slime and CO2 to work with. We have no more oxygen left for our suits. Man, I've got to get algae, and I've got to get it in a place where I don't need suits. That sucks. If I send them all the way down here, they'll get scalded. Has anyone got a working suit? Okay, there's one working suit left. Let's try to make use of this as quickly as we can. Boy, the options really suck. Alright, dig these out priority 9. We'll build the ladder down here. Similarly, priority 9. Actually, I don't even need the bottom rung. We'll save the time on that. And then we'll get them to dig all this at priority 9. I still don't think they'll have time because this suit has like very little oxygen in it. Alternatively, we can steal some oxygen, I guess, but it just doesn't do enough. Like it really constrains our oxygen flow. But we might need to. We'll tap in over here for now. This is pretty much oxygenated, so I guess I shouldn't have to worry too much about the airflow up there. Most of it's going to end up going into the suits. But we'll see what happens. What's the best research to start out with? I pretty much always start with farming now. I don't have access to... Oh, yeah, I don't have the research machines. I broke them, so I can't show you. But I normally start out with farming, and then I do advanced research so that you get access to the supercomputer to do the second tier stuff. It's not a must-have, it's just the way that I approach it, but... We've done, like, nothing out here. It's killing me. What is going on here? No power? Oh boy, we've got a bigger issue. I have no coal either. Huh. Who knew? Too busy paying attention to everything else. I wasn't watching my coal supply. So we can get a bunch more here. It's not like we're out. It's all over the place. I just got to spend the time actually digging it, which I wasn't really having to plan for just now. That's kind of a nuisance. Do you think you can supplement oxygen for suit cleaning dirty oxygen, or is there not enough produced? For suits cleaning dirty oxygen. Oh, potentially you could. As long as it wasn't like super germy. But I can just tap in right here. We have a flow of oxygen going right by the suit, so realistically I can tap into this. It just takes an awful lot to refill these things, so it was really convenient to have its own dedicated source. Why not just build a gas valve for your suits, turn it off when you need to? Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Instead of rebuilding and breaking it all the time. I can get behind that. Where is my gas valve? Gas shut off. Go look here. Oh, I can't build it through the wall. Alright. Do it this way. There we go. That'll work. Set up the hamster wheels. We did have some. I mean, there's not all that... Well, actually, there's actually a fair amount that needs power. The hamster wheels won't cut it. There's not enough. They really just need to dig up the coal as a priority. So I was going to tell them to do the algae... You know what? I'm not going to bother with this. Forget all this. We'll leave that alone. Let's just focus on getting coal so we can get regular power consumption going here. Or regular power production, rather. There's more coal in here. We're going to go... I mean, we have an abundance of coal around the colony still. I just wasn't paying any attention to it. There we go. So if they can do that, it's just a question of whether they'll use the suit. Oh, it has no power. All right. Turn this off. Disable building. There's certainly enough idlers for wheels, though. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we could set up a whole bunch of them, but... They're dropping the coal, like, way down to the bottom. Somebody go get roasted! Job's mastered. Somebody else mastered. Magnus is a master architect now. Congratulations. Now you can be this kind of architect. Oh, man. Andrew's freezing down here. Sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to send you down there. Don't get yourself stranded, though. That would be bad. This time, you don't have the suit, so that would be really, really ugly. The gas shut-off valve for the air suits, how does that work? So basically, just that if I want to turn the gas off, oh, I need power for it, too. Are you kidding me? All right, whatever. Tap into this. So basically, it's just a valve that we can turn off. So the gases will go in. We can turn it on or off for the flow. So that way, if I decide, if I get some algae and I want to use this dedicated line for it again, I could just feed this with algae and shut off this and let the flow continue up to the space above. Otherwise, it'll split the flow in half at this junction point. Half of it will go into the valve and out into the suits, and the other half will continue up into the base. And suddenly 15 tubes turned, yeah. They might actually. That would be bad news. This can actually be... Can I have that be turned off? This seems to be running fine, even with like the halved flow, because actually this is maxed out, so I can turn off this wheel. Disable this building. Where did the other guy go? Somebody just ran down below here. Where'd he go? Maybe not. I could have sworn I saw a duplicate like rush down the ladder here, but maybe not. All right. Unless he's drowning in frozen pee down there somewhere. Okay, so this here, I can now turn... Let's turn this off. Once this door closes and nobody can go through, then I can dump the contents of the storage compactor, and hopefully we can get this finally turned into some dirt. How about them sweaters? Yeah, it might be a good idea. Oh, they are down there. Okay, Hans Polani. The trouble is when they go back to the normal part of the colony, they just sweat like crazy. They don't... There's no, like, control gate that says... What are you doing? There's no control gate that says that when they get to a certain point, they'll take the sweater off. They just leave it on all the time, and then they get super hot. But we did produce some suits up here I forgot about. Where are they? Right here. We have snazzy suits. So let's see. We'll put a snazzy suit on Durgan, because she's all fancy. Hans Polani. Spiffy is Spiffy and is going to need a fancy suit. And who else has a dedicated room? Elfwolf King. There we go. Did I just put the same suit on the same, like, 4 different dupes? Ugh, I did. Go put it. There we go. I hate how you have to do these one at a time. Oh, no, they are all assigned. Okay, that's fine. Did exactly what I thought I was doing. Totally thought I messed it up there after the fact, though. New plan. Actually play this game again near the end. You actually play this game again in the near future. It's a good game. I like this game. There's just so much going on. I think one of my favorite parts about it is there's no, like, one way to do it all. It all boils down to what you want to do creatively. And I've spent the better part of this stream not producing oil, even though I wanted to. This is getting kind of frustrating. At least they are producing power again, which is something. We need to turn this on again, so we don't want all these dupes going through here. Enable building. They never built the power supply over here. What's going on with that? Why is that not saying it doesn't have power? No automation wire connected. I need an automation wire? Forget this thing. I don't want it. We'll just put the regular pipe there. If these suits are full, the natural flow of the gas will go the other way anyway. I really don't care. I can't be bothered with automation wire. Don't think the miners have access to that room due to the private door. Which room? When you say that room, it's really tough to know which room you're talking about, because there's with the stream delay, you might be looking at something that I'm not anymore. This here, we no longer want any liquid going in here because we got our seal. Gas pipe. Come on, just pick the water bottler. There we go. Man. Deconstruct that. So we have our water seal, we don't need that anymore. We'll go in here and put our ventilation in place. Get these suits fed. This room, I'm not really worried so much about the gas in here right now, but whatever. Want a gas valve, not a gas shut off. Oh, there it is. Ooh, it's not going to work anyway because we've got this issue going on. There we go. Oh, everything is just going to pieces now. All right, enable this building. I stole enough hydrogen finally that this whole system here is not working anymore. So this needs to go. I'm going to deconstruct this pipe. We'll get this enabled again. We'll set it at priority 7. I can't win. What else can you feed the Drecos so they won't starve again? There's 3 basic foods they eat. They'll eat the bomb lily, they'll eat the pinch of pepper plant, and they'll eat the mealwood plants. They don't eat the products of those plants. They eat the plant itself, so it has to be growing in a place where they can get at it. How much slime do we have? Is it possible to convert that to algae? Theoretically, but very, very slowly. We still have lots of algae on the map. I'm not really worried about algae so much. There's only like one place we need it, and I can use the bypass, which we just put in there now anyway. What I'm really concerned about is getting dirt, because we're down to 151,000 kilocalories. This here, if we dump all this slime on the ground, theoretically, if it gets hot enough in here, it's 200 and some odd degrees. If we can get the temperature of this slime up, it should convert into dirt. How much do we have here exactly? Slime, we have 11.7 tons. So if we could convert that into dirt, that would go a long way. So we'll see what happens. Because they have no choice but to stay up and play another 3 hours. So sad. My gosh. 11... man, it's 11:30 by time already. Oh, they're finally making progress down here. That's something. Let's throw this here. Okay, we do need a way for them to actually have flooring and stuff. So how am I going to set this up exactly? How big is this refinery? Fair-sized. So if we set the refinery on this side of things, and then we'll just use like an airflow tile underneath it. Like so. We can use regular tiling for the rest of the way across here, and then in the lower part is where we'll do the plastic production. I want it separated from where we're going to do the gas production over here, so this is fine. Over here we can go into refinement, I guess it is again. Yeah, there's the polymer press. See if we can flip this around. Ta-da! It's going to take a fair amount of power, though, too, unfortunately. And then over here, well, actually, I shouldn't do that yet because I need them to drain the water out. Let's check our priorities. These are all 5s. I want to make this a priority 7. Let's get the water drained out of here if we can. We'll dig this stuff out at priority 7 also. See what we can do to get as much of this yucky water drained out of here. I don't like the polluted oxygen that's in here, but that's okay too, I guess. Your blood pressure is rising steeply, and you'll be very... oh my gosh. Your blood pressure is rising over your hot tub. Okay, let's get this swept up. It's honestly not that big a deal. It'll take us like 2 minutes. Make it a fair-sized hot tub, I guess. Actually, no, this is too high. Let's go like this. Sweep this at an 8. Priority 8 for these. We're gonna need a water bottler. If this will ever let me click on it. There we go. You need to change the access on your door so everyone can get in. There we go. That way you don't have to do the work all by your lonesome. So much slime. Yeah, 11 tons of slime. There's a good chunk of it there. Okay, how have they not swept this stuff up yet? Somebody sweep up that. If my storage containers all full, that might be the issue. Yeah, they are. How about that? I need to build like a proper storage area. But that is a task for another stream. In the meantime, if we put together at least a couple storage bins, that'll give me someplace I can put the stuff there. I need them to sweep up. Pardon me, I keep having to sneeze. Oh, tubs are insulated. Well, I'm not actually. Whoops, what's going on here? Wow, sorry about that. I just had a crazy sneezing fit. Fox, do you know what the ice bio's water doesn't have germs? Yeah, I am aware that it doesn't have germs, yeah. You can actually use the ice biome as a means of getting rid of germs in water that you have that is currently polluted. It's just a little bit tricky to do. Copy settings to here. And they'll finally sweep all that up, so that's good. This thing needs to get broken down. Let's deconstruct that. This needs to be set for water. Set it priority 8. We'll put a little bit of water in here. And you have your tub. Did I trap the people in the bathroom? No, it's fine. I set the door for 2 ways. They can get in and out. Although somebody borrowed the shower while they're in there. They're like, forget this. I'm in here. This guy's got a shower. I'm using this thing. Yeah, I was sneezing like crazy. I had like 6 of them in a row. God, I hate allergies. How are you guys getting the crown logo now? Is that something you're choosing for yourself to put on there? If so, that's kind of awesome. Nope. Hold on. We'll sweep this now, too. Sweep it. Sweep it good. Crack that whip. Set all this at a 7. Get it all out of here. Hans Bolani is really slow moving. She's like, I got this suit on, but man, is it heavy. Has to be a glitch. Oh, it's totally a glitch. It's just funny that you can actually, like, pick the symbol or something. Pizza dough is stupid easy to make. I suppose it is. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put this on enable auto bottling. There we go. That's why there's no water in there yet. We're finally almost finished with the hot tub. It's not really going to be very hot, though. I mean, I don't know what temperature that water is. 23 degrees. It's sort of a cooling tub. But if we put hot water in here, then their whole bathroom will get superheated. It's already, well, I mean, it's fairly warm as it is, but... Oh my gosh, you've been eating Spam since you were 17. Oh, Spam. Build a community pool next. The trouble is they'd end up peeing in it. That's all they end up doing. They pee in the pool every time. It's like they can't help themselves. Hans Polo has a lot on her brain. Yeah, she had a machine on her brain. Oh, no, wait, that was Nelly Nee that had that. Hopefully we'll find some more of those brain machines. It'd be nice to add some more traits to our duplicants. If they would hurry up and finish filling that up, that would be great. This is taking so long. Use insulated pipe. We'll send this through here. This needs to go... Oh boy. It's going to be a little bit of an awkward setup here. Like that for the incoming oil flow. This can be for the natural gas coming out. Or not for the natural gas, for the... petroleum. Man, brain no work. Natural gas will just settle into the lower portion here where we'll have a gas pump set up in order to pump the natural gas out. Actually, I should set it maybe one above because we might get CO2 down here. We'll set that one above bottom, and then over here we're going to have like flooring and stuff. They built this part of the ladder, but they didn't build the bottom part. That's funny. Can't help thinking that puddle looks suspiciously like a bidet. Oh man, I hope not. That would be bad. I mean, it's cool enough to be a bidet, I guess. Am I going to use the ice bio for water soon? I probably will, yeah. So the machines that we get running in here, they're going to produce a lot of heat. So we'll probably find a lot of this will start to melt. And then we can start to tap into that for water. Nelly, she's quiet. Did she scoot? I don't know. She might have. I didn't notice anything in the comments, but it's not unlike me to miss things, so that's really not saying anything. Okay, this can get deconstructed now. Ta-da! You got a little hot tub. This door can be set so the only people that can come in are Spiffy. But everyone can go out. That way we won't trap anybody in there. Not that there's anyone else in there right now anyway, but... How much overtime on the stream will there be? Will this much bribe get us? Also, hi stream. Hope everyone's doing well today. Thank you so much for the super chat, Durgan. I am going to end up going over because we didn't get to the oil yet, and that was my primary purpose. I ended up getting distracted by other things, but my primary intent here today was to try to get... Oh, I see why they didn't build it. They actually blocked themselves in. My primary intent was trying to get to the oil, and then, as it turns out, we spent so much time doing all kinds of other foolishness that that I didn't get to it yet. So we will end up running a little bit over until we get this set up down here, and then I'll call it a wrap after we get this working. We can actually mop up all this. That's some nice clean water there. Nice clean floor water. Nothing says delicious like floor water. Polani. $2 super chat. Bribe. Thanks for the super chat, Polani. Me and Polani is the only one allowed in the hot tub. Alright. That'll be trickier to manage. So we need to go to Polani. There's there. Hans Polani. Oops. So you have access to the room as well. There you go. Now we need to... Where's Spiffy? We should make him go in the tub. Just out of spite. He's got to use the thing now, because he won't have any reason to go in there on his own. We actually have to tell him. There's Spiffy. Spiffy, you move to right here. Go enjoy the tub. Did that work? I don't even know if it did. Nope, there he goes. There you go. You got to enjoy the hot tub. It's pretty much the perfect depth, too. Except you made waves. Don't splash in the tub. And now he's got a debuff. We sent him into the hot tub, and now he's got a debuff, so he's gonna be miserable. That's amazing. Check your coal reserves. Good point. 930 kilograms, so we don't have a ton there. We're gonna need to find another... Actually, there's a really good deposit right here. This way we don't have to get fancy with either. We can just build a ladder right here. Dig all this. This. That'll get him a decent amount of coal. Set all this at a 7. Get to work, my minions! Man, they got there fast. So because I only have a couple of suits down here working, Only like one. It's taking so long. Excuse me, couldn't hit mute fast enough. It's taking so long to recharge the suits that we're getting really, really slow progress in the oil production down here because we can only go down here when they have suits on. They're getting there, though. We're actually seeing some movement. It's more than we had before. How much do these machines take now? I didn't even look at that. Refinement. The oil refinery consumes 480 watts. The polymer press takes another 240. 720 watts. We might actually have to power it with the manual generators. I mean, at least until we get... If we actually got a natural gas generator out here, we could produce some power off of that, but... Is there any really good power generation? I mean, the coal works really well. Don't get me wrong. It's just that you have to keep fueling it, right? So if you run out of coal, obviously you have an issue with power production. The natural gas used to be the way to go. When you could find a natural gas geyser, you could hook it up to power generators and it would run infinitely, and you'd never run out of power, basically. Now there's like a whole bunch of different options for power. So you have everything from like producing steam-powered or steam-generated power, you get natural gas power, coal power, hydrogen power. None of them are super efficient. I still find that coal is often the one that's the easiest one to work with, because the other ones take a lot more to set up. Need all this at a 7. So I don't know. I guess the long answer, or the short answer, is that there's not really one optimal power. The closest you get to it is the manual generators if you don't have duplicates to run on them, because they don't require anything other than the duplicate. Maybe to not give everyone exosuit, the one dupe couldn't read the name, is slow, he only consumes oxygen and does 20% of the things the other dupes could do. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. We could set it up so that only... If we put like a gate here, for example, we could set it up so only certain duplicates can go through. Because we have 4 people that have the exosuit skills. So the 2 that are assigned to the job right now, and actually we could move Raging Canadian up there too. Where is he here? There we go. So we can have Raging Canadian up there, Durgan, Elfwolf King, Sovereign Prax, and Kev. So we have 5 people that can use the suits without any speed impact. So we could put like one of those gate things right here. If we look at stations, where do they put the duplicate control checkpoints? Do they still have those? I haven't tried to build one since they first came out with it. There it is, duplicate checkpoint. Actually, that won't work. We will probably need an actual door. I wish there was a better way to do this. I mean, I could put a door here, but I just can't be bothered. Even though they're only doing a little bit of work, you're right, it would be more efficient to have a duplicate that isn't impacted by the speed down there. I just can't be bothered doing all the extra building to make them do it. You're a supporter since 7 months now. That's quite a long time, Tabes. Put a door before the exosuits and only let the fast ones through the suit. Yeah, I guess we can do that. I mean, I can't put it really before. I guess I can put it right here. It's going to be a little weird, but we can put a mechanized airlock door right here. Then they won't be able to get over it. No, actually, no, they'll be able to get around it because they can go through the... they can go through the farm unless we set this door so it doesn't open. So if we lock this door... Throw a mechanized airlock over here or whatever. It's gonna be the weirdest control mechanism ever. And then we can set it just so that the 5 duplicates that can move quickly with the suit are the ones that go through, I guess. I don't know. In the long run, I don't know if it'll make a huge difference, but 47. There's so much work for them to do, and only so many of them as it is. Draco's stomping around, so cute, aren't they though? Oh my gosh, we finally got a glossy drecklet. I didn't even realize they'd laid an egg. Oh, there's another oh, yeah! We have plastics! 150 kilograms of plastics. We've been shaving them, and I hadn't even noticed. Except they're not regrowing, obviously, because there's no hydrogen in that space right now. That is so funny. So we can actually go into food and build... No, we need 200 kilograms. Okay, hold on. So we're going to need... Oh, man, those guys are cute. They're all different colored and stuff, but they're cute. I need hydrogen in this space again. Otherwise, okay, we're gonna cheat a little bit. Only because I don't want to go through all the trouble at the moment of trying to get hydrogen in there. I'm gonna wrangle them. We'll set this to do glossy drecklet also. There we go. So we'll bag it. You'll release it again. That will make it automatically regrow its scales. We can shave it again. We'll have plastic. It took me forever to get them to produce an egg. Dibs on the comfy bed. Let's see. What do we got going on for the beds, though? They take a fair amount, I think. 200 kilograms per bed. So we're going to need, like, at least 600, 800. We need, like, 1,000 kilograms of plastic. They automatically regrow the scales. It's so weird. Comfy bed bribe. Next stream's fine. Thanks, Polani. Appreciate the super chat again. This is almost done down here. Aside from the power situation, of course. That's a different matter altogether. We could actually tie it into the power from this, but I'm concerned about tapping all the power out of this thing in order to make this run. How much power does the manual generator produce? 400 watts. So we need 2 of those running in order to run this system. Plus, we have a pump down here that's going to need to be run also. Oh, look, look! A molten Slickster larva. Consume carbon dioxide and exude petroleum. Molten Slicksters! I wonder why that guy was so like happy enough to go dump one. Oh, you know, body temperature, I think, must do it. That's funny. How are they doing over here? This pump's not finished. These ladders. Oh, there we go. Finally, we're getting some drainage. Okay. Okay, we can destroy this ladder. I'm going to set up all this over here. It's going to be priority 7. I'm going to send all the gas we pump out of here to a generator. Where are we here? Natural gas generator. There we go. So this will produce polluted water and carbon dioxide. The CO2 I'm not too worried about. The polluted water was actually kind of beneficial. I need to get rid of this ladder. Deconstruct a file. This stuff, good to go. Is that egg your chew, baby? Well, let's go up here, and actually we can get one up there. Where is it here? The trouble is that it's going to make petroleum, which I guess is okay. So let's set this up instead for the bag Slickster. We're going to need a storage container in here instead. Hold on. If we go and build... No, we need a fridge for eggs. If we build a fridge like right here, we can set the fridge to store that particular egg type. They'll run down and grab it, and they'll put it up here, and then when it hatches, it'll just be like in this space. You have 2 glossy eggs. I have 2 glossy eggs? There's one there. Where's the other one? Oh, there it is. It's tucked away in the corner. How much plastic? We have 300 kilograms of plastic now. Man, all the work to get this set up, and they finally started to produce the glossy drecklet. Like, honestly, and we went how many days when we were streaming trying to get the glossy drecklet, and it would not show up. And then naturally, as soon as I go through all the trouble to set up the oil refinement, that's when everything starts to happen. Good times. too much. Why is there so much liquid there? What's going on? What? Alright, this needs to be deconstructed for now. I don't know how that just multiplied the liquid. I told it to mop it. It was just a little bit sitting there, and now we've got like a huge amount of liquid there all of a sudden. That makes no sense to me at all. Did stream pause? I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Either Slickster will do, ultimately. There's actually like a furry Slickster, which I don't think is the molten one. Molten Slicksters are slimy critters that consume carbon dioxide and exude petroleum. I don't remember what the molten one looks like. So it might be fun to put a molten one up there, because it produces petroleum, which we won't have to refine. So if you set this for cooking ingredients for molten Slickster larva egg, they'll carry it up there and it'll incubate just in this space, and then it'll just pop out whenever it's ready. Too bad you can't put the molten larva Slickster under the hot tub. Whoa, who are these people? Wait, what are you talking about, Durgan? Oh, Durgan, are you just spotting all the symbols? They're a bit of an issue. And the Baku flopping around. Let's mop this up, please. 7. I need them to clean all this stuff up, too. Come on. Takes so long! Alright, power production. We want our fancy... No, the petroleum. There, natural gas generator. This is going to feed power into our system. Man, is this even going to produce enough? How much power does this thing make? 800 watts. That's 480, that's 240, that's already 7 something. No, this doesn't even make enough. This doesn't even produce enough. That's so funny. This particular system is not net neutral. However, we also want this pump only to pump when it's sitting in natural gas. So we might need to put like a sensor in. Gaseous element sensor. Become active when the selected gaseous element is detected. Remains on standby when the element is not present. So what we're going to do is put this here for natural gas. Actually, we should probably put it right close to it. Alright, gaseous element sensor. We'll set this for natural gas. And then we're also going to have an atmo sensor right here, because we want it to pump only when it's at a certain amount of pressure. So the presence of the gas and at a certain pressure, then it will pump it. And we want to use an AND gate. Oops. No, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, so if we hook this up by automation wire now, we can set both of these sensors so that if this one's active... Oh, why did I do that? I can just go straight to it. There we go. If this one's active and this one is active, then we'll activate the pump. So that'll allow us to detect for natural gas at a certain pressure quantity. We'll pump it out to this. It will stop when that pressure runs out. Obviously, we're going to want some batteries in here to store any excess power produced. So we'll use more mesh tile in here. Dig this up. Throw some batteries on this business. Actually, we should probably use a smart battery instead. We'll conserve gas a little bit. Like so. Perfect. Pop the gas tiles into the oil refinery too. The liquid won't show until more than 100 kilograms. Yeah, there's a whole bunch here that I need to mop up. Yeah. And this little pocket in the corner, I can't mop up. Well, actually, it says unreachable. That's really weird. Huh. But it shouldn't really present a problem anyway. Sub-priority 7 for the whole works. This whole system is going to need power fed into it, though, because it's not going to be power neutral. Where do I have electricity running here? This wire system is at... Yeah, it's already pretty much maxed out. Well, it has potential maxed out. It's at 135 watts. So I can tap into this one to at least run the pump that's going to pull up the the crude oil. I guess the easiest way to do this is to go down this way. Like so. Need ladders on the right for wiring build. Yes, we will. That'll do. Sub priority 7. Get as much of this taken care of as we can. I mean, in a way, I can actually save a certain amount of power here just by running these intermittently. So, if, for example, I run this to produce a bunch of petroleum until the line is full, and then this thing stops, and then I run this thing. Like, we don't necessarily need to run them in conjunction with each other. Never seen the end gate, and man, this is such a great stream. Thank you. Welcome, Polani. I actually don't use a whole lot of the automation. This is one of those few scenarios where it's actually really, really useful. I find so much of the rest of the time, so much wolframite. Oh my gosh, was that all wiring I did in wolframite? Oh no! This is copper apparently for the smart battery. Wolframite for all the wiring. Oh man. Copper, wolframite for that wiring. Man, why did it default to wolframite on me? That is so bad. All right, let's go back to the wiring. We'll set it to iron. I'm tell you, sometimes I cannot get my brain around actually looking at things sometimes. Oh my god. Refinement. No. Power. Natural gas generator. That's what we want. We want this built out of iron because we have tons of iron. And then our smart battery we want built out of... it's got to be refined metals for the smart battery, so that's not that big a deal. Put that out here. There. Good lord. What did I make this tile out of? What did I make? Oh, iron ore. Okay, so that's good. Man. Thank you for spotting that, by the way. I don't even know why I didn't check. The oil refinery has a ventilation output. Oh, does it? Okay, good. No, it apparently doesn't. Just liquid outputs for that. There's our 2 liquid outputs, and the natural gas just goes in the space around it. So my intention is to have it drop down into this lower area, which we actually need a floor in here again. So priority 7. Get all this done. Get all this done. Okay, there we go. So it'll just produce the natural gas in the general area around it. It'll fall into the lower area because it wants to sort itself below oxygen and polluted oxygen. So it should fill up the well down here. And that'll give us the mechanism to trigger this thing. What is going on? I canceled the wiring there too because... Let's see, automation wire. There we go. Oh, this thing needs power because of course it does. Because it does things. It's only 25 watts, but that's all right. And then lastly, in order to get this whole thing going, we're actually going to need a double manual generator system. Deconstruct that. No, power wires, there we go. Dan! How did Dan even get down there? Honestly, Dan. I mean, seriously. What did you do? What did you do? How can we even get him out of there quickly? I feel like he must have gone down this way over here. So if we tell him to dig this at a priority 9, that should get him out. There you go. Dan, don't hang out down there where you can't get out. Good lord. We saved Dan. It's okay. Everyone say nothing but stuck dupe. Dan, it was your stuck dupe. You wanted to let him die? That'll learn you. We're still showing somebody who's suffocating. Oh. He's go over the long-term suffocation. Someone else mastered a job already, so we should probably... Oh, Durgan. We can move you up to miner. Where's Durgan? There we go. Enjoy your fancy new mining skills. It still says suffocating. Critter starvation. Oh no, he's trapped. No, he's not. He's free. He's fine. What do I have these guys eating, actually? Fertilizer, and we don't have any. That's a silly thing to feed them. Polluted dirt, slime, fertilizer, algae. Man, those sage hatchlings, they don't eat anything that's good. We're not even producing polluted dirt anymore. I can't really feed these guys anything except for slime. But the slime will make all kinds of nasty gases in that room, I think. Poor little sage hatchlings, I have nothing to feed you. Everything they're willing to eat, I can't give them. Whoa, we might end up with a whole bunch of meat in our freezer. What's up, priority 7? Let's get all this done. We need to get this crazy length of wire done. Get all this done. Did we do all the plumbing in there? We did. Oh, they finished it all. Nice. Okay, so the worst part is there's only a very small amount of oil right here. So they actually need to build a ladder down into here too. But first, let's make a little trap for this little guy. Let's make a critter trap, and we'll put it like right down here. Wait a minute, what's the temperature down here? $79 degrees, 79 degrees. What's the melting temperature of the plastics again? It's like 70 degrees. Melting point, 76.9. I can't even trap the guy. No, all that work to get this guy, and it's all too hot down here. 85 degrees for this. Okay, if I dig far enough in here, okay, we can still get this guy. We'll have to dig into this space a little bit. We can put the trap over here. He'll still float over to it, and the temperature over here is low enough that it won't melt. Good lord. Lol, not priority. Cancel. What? Cancel wolframite wires. Oh my gosh. No, those all wolframite? Oh my gosh! Oh, I suck. I thought I could have sworn I changed this all to metal or to iron. We're sucking big time today. This is just unacceptable. Unacceptable. We're gonna run out of iron here too, actually. All right. I'm gonna blame him on the fact that I don't feel awesome. Really, it's about my intelligence level, but I'm gonna blame it on not feeling great. Alright, there we go. Now we'll have some decent wires that aren't wolframite. Yeah, that's a ton of wolframite tapes, you're right. It would have been just crazy amounts. I mean, the reality is I don't have enough, so it wouldn't have done it. Like it wouldn't have happened anyway. Sub-priority, let's make these 5 for now. I don't want them to dig this out just yet. Just in case the pressure that's in here will make the oil well out. I want to get this Slickster out of here first. So, set this priority 7. If only he had an endless supply of copper. Well, the trouble is that copper is like super hot. When I was trying to cook this dirt in here, or this slime is not cooking. It's 83 degrees, and the temperature around it is 200 degrees. It's just not rising up to the temperature we need. I'm not even sure the exact temperature it has to get to, but it's clearly not achieving it yet. Everything around it is hotter. 186, 188. The storage compactor is 163. The tile it's sitting on is 159. But the slime itself, 83. That's like some super heat resistant slime right there. I wonder if the mass of it has anything to do with it. Alright, let's put the critter trap over here. That should allow us to capture this little dude. Ooh, this thing's almost done. This system in here is similarly almost done. What is this wire waiting for? Iron ore, that's fine. Some priority 7. Oh, right, the natural gas generator needs an output. Alright, so we need the input from here for the natural gas, the output for the CO2, which I'm really not too worried about. We'll just dump it into this space. Actually, we'll use a high pressure gas vent. We'll see how that goes. Oil pump is overheating already? No, it is too. Deconstruct. I need to make that actually out of tungsten. It's gotta be tungsten. This is not paused, is it? Oh, there we go. I was like, man, why is nothing moving? You could auto sweep the copper and keep it in cold liquid for cooling. Yeah, we could do that. As long as we build out of stuff that isn't going to melt in this space. Which doesn't really seem to be too big of an issue since it's not really getting very hot in here. It's kind of frustrating that it's not. .84 degrees. Man, the temperature on that slime is heating up really, really slowly. If we put actually this on a, what I should do. If we put this on a tungsten metal tile. Which reminds me, we need to make more tungsten if we're going to make it into... There we go. What I don't know is whether they'll actually... Let me set this for storing slime. Just to make sure that that doesn't like drop down into the gap underneath it and get lost to me. This needs to be turned on so they can get in there. If it's sitting on a metal tile, it might do a better job of heating up. Man, look at that! I even managed to tap out the iron. That's a lot of wire, though. On the plus side, we have tons of iron available here. It's not like it's a limited commodity for us. At least not yet. There's coal here too we can dig into. Get a double win on this one. Give me all the goods. I forgot about the food. It's so low, 78,000 kilocalories. I know, right? It's just we just kind of let it drop. But again, it's because like all these plants need dirt in order to fertilize them. On the plus side, our bristle blossoms are growing again. These are all stifling now. What's going on? These are all out of fertilizer. They use slime for fertilizer. Now on the plus side, again, we have access to all kinds of slime. It's like it's riddled with it out here. Ooh, this is all slime. Is that Jeremy? It is, but whatever. We'll use it anyway. As long as they don't store it in this container before I get a chance to do something about it. No, don't disinfect. I'm not worried about that. But I should do a set a limit on this. We'll set this for like 10,000 kilograms. 8.3 tons of it still sitting on the ground there. That's a lot of slime. Good lord. Oh, they dug that up quick. Good. Okay, so we have iron again. We have a bunch more coal. That'll come in handy. Give me more of this. If you set the upper half of the on a higher priority, you can clear 6 tiles high. Oh, yeah, yeah, because they'll start at the top and then work their way down. Yep. Beginning to see mass starvation in the future. Yeah, potentially. I mean, we can still get to the point of actually using our micro musher, which we haven't used in forever. We also... What else do we... We can set this up for gristleberry, which we haven't been making. Whoops. We don't have any bristleberry anyway. What about omelets? We have eggs. I just don't want them to use the eggs because they'll pick the wrong ones on me. Frost buns we can make. We have sleet wheat grains. 235 of them, so we can make a bunch of frost buns. Not that big a deal. That's right, Dude's wearing it's special suits to disinfect the volcano. I'm gonna crank up the priority on producing the tungsten because we want that a little bit sooner. Is there a high possibility to run out of materials? Yeah, sure. I mean, you can run out of materials in anything, really. Now, the reality is there's still a large portion of the map I haven't even searched yet, so most of the materials we're going to need we could still find somewhere else if we had the time to go get them. The ones that become an issue are the ones that are in the core area. So dirt, for example, gets to be a real problem if you run out of it because you just don't have an alternate supply. What is going on here? Ruh-roh. That's producing gas. That's producing gas. Why do we suddenly have so much carbon dioxide in here? Let's enable this building. Scrub some CO2 out of here. It's only 671 grams. Why is our gas production so bad all of a sudden? That's working steadily. This... Oh, you know what? I really decreased the flow of oxygen by feeding the suits. We have algae again. I really should disconnect this. I decreased the flow of oxygen that was going into the colony, so not such a good thing. If we can get the suits running on their own separate supply again, then that's probably better. This is where that little valve would have been handy, the shutoff valve, so we didn't have to deconstruct it. We could just turn it off. But here's me being lazy, not wanting to build it. Are you going to pump all that other gas through the natural gas generator? No. The natural gas generator is set up on a system down here where this pump won't turn on unless it senses the presence of natural gas, which I haven't set this to yet. But if we set this for natural gas... And we want an atmosphere of, sure, whatever, anything above 1,000 grams. Then the pump will turn on. So it has to be natural gas and above that pressure amount. It will turn the pump on and pump it through here. We might still get some gases in here if there's an intermingling. We could probably fix that initially by letting this build up to a really high pressure. So it'll build up to 2,000 grams of natural gas down here. And then... it should flow fine. See how all that goes. That's what happens when you split glass. Well, yeah, I know, but here's the thing. Like, what I was finding in the upper gas flow is that it wasn't taking it all anyway. It was sitting and waiting in the pipe. So I was hoping I could split half of it off and not impact the upper flow because it was already sitting at a reasonable gas amount. The vent up here was already max pressure, so it wasn't really changing a lot. But over time, obviously, that becomes a problem. Now we're inserting extra gas in there, extra heated gas, which isn't so great. Still have 300 kilograms of plastic. Did they not build this thing down here yet? No, they didn't. Get our Slickster out of here. This thing's broken, which we knew was going to happen, so we can deconstruct this thing. No, it's already set for deconstruction. Drek's gonna starve. Yeah. Which ones? Tame hungry. He's hungry, but he's got 6,400 kilocalories. Looks like we already lost a couple Drekos. We have 2 more of the glossy ones in there. All that work to get them. And now I have nothing to feed them. That's so bad. Feel like such an absentee landlord. It's bad. These doors are fine. Why is nobody coming to build this for me? How much is it going to take? 100 kilograms. We have 100 kilograms of tungsten. That should be fine. $1,600 kilograms of slime sitting there still. Maybe I shouldn't limit this. It's fine. Use a bridge to prioritize the upper gas flow and then overflow to go. Yeah, again, I'm not super worried about it. I mean, if I have this... Oh, right, I ran out of algae again. So here I'm saying I'm not worried about it. What we can do is just set... if it only does it when it backs up, then the suits will still have a problem, right? So if we go through and use a gas valve, we can set the actual amount of gas pressure that will go through it. Each one of these packets contains 500 grams, so if we set this for like 250, then we can have like one quarter of the gas flow going to the suits and 3/4 going into the colony, which should be better. I got all this nastiness out here. I should just dig up the I should just dig the algae that's here. Let everything go all the heck. I have it all sealed off anyway. Yeah, I might as well. However, I don't want them to fall and get trapped in here, so let's do this. Suits take way too much oxygen. Yeah, they really do seem to consume a lot. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but it seems like it takes way more than what the duplicates actually breathe. Like, just crazy amounts. This worked really good as its own, like, private supply. Until we ran out of algae. But what are you gonna do? What's going on with the Slickster? It looks like he has congestion. Congestion or constipation? Where is he? Oh yeah, he does look a little constipated, doesn't he? I can't take it. He's wild and he's happy, so he can't be that constipated. Somebody pick up the plastics and run it down there, please. Go make something. And they got it like to here, and then they dropped it on the ground. We have like a couple slabs of plastic here now. So we have, how much plastic is this one? 200 kilograms there. This one is another 50 kilograms, so 250. Plus this is 300. Let's bag this guy again. I think the reason the slime's heating up so slowly is because it has too much mass. Yeah, it's entirely possible. There is a ton of it there. Actually, there's 8 tons of it there. They're not getting around to actually building this tile, though. It's an unreachable build, apparently. Why is that? Why is that considered an unreachable build? The mechanized airlock is set to auto, and people can go through it. So is this one. And the other one has an open door. Why would that be unreachable? Is it too hot in there now or something? That can't be it. I don't know what the deal is. Suits don't consume a lot, they just store a lot, 200 kilograms. Yeah, but they also seem to just breathe more of it when they're in the suits. Like it just seems like when they're using the suits, they go through oxygen like in crazy amounts. Sleet wheat uses fertilizer. Yeah, but I don't have any sleet wheat planted. We've just been getting it from the wild. Hi, Mickey Lee. Use the power of where can a dupe go, please? Yeah, but that's not going to tell me why they can't go through there. I gotta find a dupe to click on. There we go. Show navigation. It's stopping here. Like, they can go as far as this, and then it's not showing me anything down there anyway. Because until he has the suit on... There we go. Now we can click on him. Show navigation. Oh, I see. They already dug up some of the algae here, so they just simply can't reach it because it's blocked off. Hurry up and build! I should make this an 8. That's why they're not getting the Slickster either. They can't get down to that thing. Why am I doing it? I'm so lame. I can't... My brain is just no longer functioning the way that it should. We can actually just build the tiles like right here. Just give them a little floor. Then it only takes 3 tiles. This is why I usually stop at 2 hours. My brain just stops functioning. I will tell you if you check the line. Stop trying to make me smart and brains and things. Drink gives you 3 to 5 times the stream. I never use half the tools I could be clicking on. Alright, let's see if they get down there to actually deliver that stuff now and build it. That'd be great. And jackpot! Metal tile is heating quickly. What's the heat of this liquid? 140 degrees. So this should hit 100 and... Wow, it's actually getting even hotter. Okay, so let's dump all this organic stuff on here. The slime is at 85 degrees, sitting on a tile that's 240 degrees and climbing. That's sweet. Holy cow, that thing sucks up heat good. And the slime is still at 85. Yeah, it probably has to do with the sheer amount of like massive slime we have sitting on there. Hopefully we won't have to leave it sitting there forever, because we don't have time to leave it there forever. This game makes our brain be really tired if we play for too long. I don't know. Everything makes my brain tired if I play it too long. Pinch of peppers like the temperature from the oxidizer. Yep. They do. I actually, I did some experimenting. Oh, man, guys, you're running on the treadmill, and we don't even have the system set up to run. Let's disable these for now. How about you guys finish this work down here? We need copper, which I don't know if I have any refined copper. Where's my refined metals? Oh, I have 15 tons of refined copper. Good lord. Somebody build this thing. Nice. We have a high pressure gas vent, which is the first one we built. Nobody's building this thing though. It said high priority. So close to being finished. No gas output. Ooh, I forgot this thing would do. I thought. Drat. What does this produce? Is it CO2 it makes? Yeah, carbon dioxide. Where the heck am I going to pump that carbon dioxide? Well, I guess we can just send it up here with all the rest of it. We'll send it with the high pressure gas valve. We'll send the gas pipe straight up here, over here, plug it into the same spot. If they can get this built finally, then the system will be largely ready to run. Maybe. The consummated Slickster won't move. Did I check out this Slickster egg? I did not. It's up here. Let's just dump it on the ground so we can keep an eye on it. This egg is currently at 48% incubation, so it's like halfway there. It's going to take a while. We have a lot of CO2 in here, too. I'm going to have to do something different here to clean this up. Dough. Oh, what do we got? No, it's still dirt. Or still slime. 85 degrees worth. It's taking forever. 288 degrees this tile is, and the stuff sitting on top of it is just slowly heating. It's killing me. What am I going to do about this Slickster? I wonder if the issue is the spot that's open underneath him. Ah! Tell me you're going to move now, buddy. We did it! And now he's just got to go all the way over here to get in the trap. And he's not going to either. He's just going to bother me by not going all the way over there. Come on. There we go. Trap him. Are you kidding me? No! 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 What happened? All that work... Man, that was one serious... That was one serious leak that critter just took. That... He pooped out one little shot of oil and the whole thing exploded. He really was constipated. He couldn't help it. He couldn't move because he had so much oil backed up in his system. Well, that sucks. It melted my trap. I never got to trap him. Man. All that work to set that thing up for that guy. You know what? I thought I could actually build this stuff out of refined metal, and you can't. How the heck do you keep it from overheating? It's 91 degrees. Did I build it out of gold before, or did I accidentally build it out of something else? Overheat temperature is 75 degrees. If we build it out of gold, it does increase the overheat temperature, so it should be fine. In theory. That was some serious constipation there. He let it rip, and look at it. It's going all the way up the ladder. I was thinking I'd had to dig it. Oh no, you know what? The pressure broke through here. So I don't know what the difference was and why it suddenly switched. But it was the pressure from below here that erupted up top. I'm not sure what tipped the balance, but that's a fair amount of oil there. On the plus side, I don't need to relocate the pump because it's well positioned. I built it out of iron last time. Oh, did I? Okay. So we'll build it out of gold this time. That should make the difference. And then we can finally pump some oil up here. Maybe. Possibly. It's waiting for igneous rock. This battery is not getting built for whatever reason. Don't know when it is. Dig out the whole pit for the oil. Break through the cold biome to free the slug. Oh, in here, yeah, but it'll all erupt into this space. And I want to pump it. This pump's actually in a really good position now, based on where the oil is, because it's look how far up the ladder it's gone. We can draw a fair amount of oil out of this. If we, it's actually no, it's gonna break through right here. No, it's only a small amount of overflow. It's okay. Good lord. Needs refined copper. Yeah, I have a ton of it. If we look at my refined metal, I have 16.5 tons of refined copper. So, I don't know what the deal is. It says they're just waiting for 15 kilograms of it out of the 16.5 tons of it. Oh, you know what? I have 16.5 tons because it's sitting in with the volcano. It's refined copper sitting in here. That's why I have so much of it. I should probably just make some normal stuff. Crazy. Your movie scared the crap out of you. Hey, Summer. Funny stream. Oh my gosh. You could dig the pit bigger so the oil level drops. I could, but once we start to pump it out, it'll drop anyway. The door's locked to the oil refinery, is it? Shouldn't be. Oh, no, it's on auto. They built all the rest of this with the door set up the way that it was, so it should be fine. 15 degrees in here. This in here is 9 or 10 degrees. There they go. Yay, they have it all built. If we can get the pump built down here, that would be great. Oh, there they go. Durgan. That was a lot of gold amalgam she delivered. I feel bad for that Slickster. I really wanted to trap him and bring him up top. I can't believe we couldn't get him. He was even like right on top of the trap, and it didn't spring. I don't know what the deal is. I can't remember if you have to set the traps for a critter type. I don't think you do. Jobs mastered. Let's see, who mastered something? Dan with a plan. All right, let's move Dan with the plan up here so he can use the exosuit now, too. I never did set up that door. Kev, Raging Canadian, Sovereign. Dan with a plan. Okay, let's default. Nobody has access, but we'll give... Actually, everyone can go back through the door, just in case for some reason they manage to get outside there. I don't want to trap them. Durgan can go back and forth. Magnus can go back and forth. Gosh, my brain is not working. Raging Canadian. Sovereign. Dan with the plan. Who else? Kev and Elfwolf King. Okay. So we finally took care of that long after we needed it. Oh my gosh. This never built. It's just like one little section of pipe right there they have to build. Do you assign exosuits to people like you do with sweaters? No, I don't think so. Because it needs the base to recharge it and stuff. So if you go to the suit, you can either just undock it or deliver it, but you don't really assign it to a person. It's more like just whoever has access. We're gonna set this for 250 grams per second, so we don't impair the flow going to the rest of the base, which I haven't checked on, and I should. That's looking a little bit cleaner. That's good. This carbon dioxide over here is a bit of an issue. I really need to get some more Slicksters in there. Isn't the place with the lava slick too cold for the adult hunch Slickster? I don't know. We'll have to check. If we check in here, actually, we'll go to critters. I don't know if it gives us a whole lot of details, though. Slickster, molten Slickster, temperature range, comfort range 90 to 250, livable. Yeah, it is too cold. Arg. It was fine for a normal Slickster. Comfort range 50 to 140, but livable between 35 and... Actually, no, it was even chilly for them. Consarn it. Long hair Slickster. Comfort range 10 degrees to 70 degrees. So it's actually the long hair we need. So you're right. This won't survive here. Oddly enough, it'll hatch there, but it won't survive. Ruh-roh. Chewy's gonna die. No, Chewy. Tell me this is done. And we can move on with our lives. It's taken us forever to get to this oil. There we go. It's pumping. Let's check our liquid flows. It's going to move a lot of oil up there, actually. Okay. These can be turned on now. Enable building. Enable building. They finally built the battery, which is good. Although, it's not connected to any automation wire, so we need to build that, actually. Priority 7. Set these priority 7 also. Now the trouble is going to be that these are actually located way down where way down where they have to wear exosuits to run on them, and we don't have a lot of oxygen. So the whole system's not going to be terribly efficient. Hopefully once we get the once we get some natural gas running, it'll produce enough that it can do a little bit, but we'll see. Can you pump hot pipes to the Slickster room? Yeah, we can, but the concern is just that it would heat up the living space of the duplicates that are right above it. So that's not really something I want to strive for so much. Look at that, we're already refining. Oh yeah, it's actually this is going to be a real slow process. So it's not going to consume a ton of power, I don't think, and it's also not going to produce a ton of gas, unfortunately. Where's the water down here? Man, that plastic is hot coming out of there. It's probably a good thing there is water sitting there. Yay, we got plastics. All right, it's a bit of a weird setup. We're not going to get a lot of natural gas out of this, only because the refinery just doesn't run frequently enough. And I think actually a duplicate needs to be down there operating it. But because we're not pumping it into like a reservoir, it's only just going directly into our polymer press. Not that big a deal. Duplicates are off sleeping, so it stopped working. But so we finally got all the way down to the oil. There's a lot of it here, so we can pump it out for pretty much ever. We'll have so much plastic available to us, we won't even need to use it all, which should be kind of cool. But that'll let us build all the fancy beds and stuff for the rooms. We can tackle those next time. We're already way past on the stream. It's like 12:40 in the morning my time, so we went about 40 minutes over trying to get to the basic thing that I was trying to do as the core part of the stream. It would help if I didn't have to like build and unbuild things, because I'm not that smart. But nevertheless, we did get that tackled, so I'm happy to have that finished. But thanks everyone for coming to check out the stream. The next Oxygen Not Included live stream will be next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We do play every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern if you want to come back and check out another one. If you don't subscribe to the channel, I recommend clicking on the subscribe button and then also hitting the little bell and choosing all notifications, so you'll be notified for upcoming streams and videos in case you don't get those already. Thank you again for everyone who had a super chat. I appreciate the support, and for everyone in general coming out and putting up with my my idiocy and our general building practices. If you have OCD, I'm really sorry, because my base is just not well organized. It's chaos, but that's just how I work. Thanks again, everyone. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.